You are looking particularly lively. Good evening. It's Wednesday. There you go. Wave your hands in the air if you're currently slacking. I love you guys. You guys who are currently slacking, get in there. Danish Thinker's been a member of the Fail Brigade for 40 long months. And I believe the Quiltless currently has a quilt. So there you go. I don't think I did spot the name. I'm not doing hellos this evening. I just wanna, here we go. Why are we here? Well, yesterday I put out the last episode of the Alchemy Factory. Last episode, last one. And I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna have a quick poke around and see what there is. I'm gonna tempt myself to tidy up. And in the process of tempting myself to tidy up, I found something that I'm sure I'm not the first to have worked out. Hello, Jeff. All right. But it occurred to me, well, that's interesting. Well, shut up! There you go, that told him. So I thought I'd share it with you fine people so that I can uninstall the game and put it behind me. Well, come on, your adoring audience is up here. You know, at least they like you. Mike has been a member of... Mike Arthur, I might as well give you the full name, has been a member of the Fail Brigade for 41 long months. Thank you, Mike. Your support is adored. Bjarne has been in for 73 long... Shut it. You're not getting food yet, and you've got scrunge in your eye again. Eye scrunge. There you go. Look, adoring audience. There you go. Bjarne's in for 73. Thanks for all the laughs. Well, I'll see if I can find you any more. I'm pretty confident about the new series. Pretty confident that it will raise some mirth, which should be pretty good. Yeah. So rather than just go, that's an interesting idea and try it out and not show you, I thought, well, stuff it. Let's get it all done and dusted in one hit, and there you go. You like the aesthetics, says Rach, but I don't usually do logistics games. Is it worth it? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of soft logistics to start with, but part of the reason that I've given it the heave-ho is that it gets complex seemingly just for the sake of getting complex. And it's not the complexity that bugs me. It's about the kind of forced, excessive amount of nonsense that you have to go through. Bjarne says, could I upload the save somewhere? If it's easy, yeah, I'll upload the save. If it's an easy process, if it's literally one file or one folder, then yeah, I'll bang it up on Dropbox and you can come and have it. I'll link it in all the usual Fail Brigade places, just in case you fancy it. Bobby Pace has been a member for 65 long months. Thank you, Bobby. There you go. Yeah, good. Right, okay. I think we're about set. Jeff's settling down. He's got the keyboard in range, so he's got cat hair up with those. So I think we're good to go. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the caveat of if it's easy. Yeah, so Rach, basically, I'd give it a spin. It starts out nice and easy. If you follow through with my video series, anything you don't quite get should be pretty obvious. The main thing with games like this is revisionism. You go back and you do it again, and you go back and you do it again, and every time you do it again you get a little bit better, you get a little bit more efficient, or a little bit more effective. Efficiency is your own personal choice. Speaking of which, if anyone's played it, how the hell do you sell these? It doesn't fit on a plinth. I can't put it anywhere. It's just sat here, flipping. I sunk so many potions into that. I'll show you what it is. It's a Yeah, it's one of these. It's a Venus. It's worth 10 gold for crying out loud. Where the hell do you sell it? It doesn't go on a shelf. There isn't any furniture that I've missed. Maybe I can stick it on a table. Hold on. I'll stick it on a table. Yeah, I wouldn't bother starting a new save. What I might be tempted to do though is tear everything up, stick it in boxes, and give it a new go. No, it's not going to go here either. Well, it can just sit there as a decoration, show people what they could buy if they felt like it. I mean, it's very pretty, but I mean, yeah, no, there's that. The women are all walking around like builders. It's medieval times, isn't it? They have to work for, you know, for sustenance, same as the rest of us. You know, there's no get out of jail here. You get a bigger relic holder. Really? I didn't realise there was a bigger relic holder. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yep. No. There's not. Oh, crikey, that's massive. That costs 10 gold to build. Get out. You're having a laugh. Right, well, I'll stick that on there. Let's get this flogged. And I mean, we can only sell one of them. There you go. Get on there. That won't stick around long. Yeah, I've got 250 hours into it, and I'm bailing out purely because I've got a life to get on with. So there's that, and I've hit what I call the fun hassle ratio point. When the fun stops and it starts to feel like a hassle, stop playing. Right, why are we here? I had an idea. Look at this. Look, I have since watched a good dozen or so different channels having a spin at this game. Nobody builds like me. Nobody builds like me, which is very, very pleasing. Yeah, it's entirely pleasing that I have my own special methodology. Yeah. Now there are some bits that I've changed. I'll show you what's going on with my cauldron setup because it's chaotic. I built a silver cauldron just because I could, and you know what's special about it? Absolutely nothing. Not a thing. There's nothing special about it at all, except 2 ingredients instead of 3. And you go, big flipping whoop. Incredibly expensive. 2 instead of 3. Yeah, I changed the system a little bit. We run into that. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's boring. But I'm still hoovering up all kinds of valuables here. I'm letting whatever that is, yellow. I'm letting yellow go for the time being, just so that it turns into something more majestic. Yeah, so some turquoise, it's some silver powder. Is that crude? Yeah, that is crude. We were saving crude for a little while because I could refine it into something in particular. You could tell that this is just I'll do it here. There's some green, lovely. Crystals, marvellous. Some more sparkles. Yeah. Bit of obsidian, marvellous. Sulphur. More crystals, better ones. Better crystals. More sparkles, brilliant. And crikey, we actually got some fertile catalysts. Good times. Right, yeah, there's the tree, doing tree things. It's fully grown. It's really rather majestic. And I think if you were to plan it properly, you could build a whole floor around a tree and really make a feature out of it, or have a couple of them and make a flipping orchard. Whatever you please. With the leaves, yeah, I've got these. What are they for? Don't know, don't care. But the leaves have got quite a good cauldron value. So once in a while I'll get some leaves and I'll just bang them in there. I'm not going to make anything useful out of them. Just slap them on in there, and we'll see. We'll get something. See, look, there's a bit of crystal straight out. There's another bit of crystal. That's rubbish. Yeah, wasting my leaves. Clay, get knotted. impure copper powder. See, well, what a wondrous variety we've got going in there. That's not why we're here either. I did some experiments with... oh, yeah. This was to get my potions running faster. I did double banger cannons out of these two clay makers in order to feed more ground up clay into the process that makes growth potions. Because by improving growth potions, you get not only the growth potions themselves, you get blast potions as well, and the other thing. Can't remember what it is, don't really care. Yeah, so that's... this I like. I like this. It's a mystery box that occasionally turns out diamonds. I've got 3 in there. You can tell when I last looked at it. I'll tell you what, let's go for a bumper payday. And let's take some resources out of here, feed them into the doodad downstairs, which I'm also very pleased with. And then we'll do some work. Jeffy, stop flipping, would you? You're not gonna encourage me to give you noogies. I'm not entirely sure what they are, but I'm sure that's what you're after. Jeffy the noogie requester. That's what they call him. Yeah, he's not entirely sure what it is either. He just knows he wants them. Right, let's go and shove these into a doodad. I like my doodad. My doodad's good. But no, you see, once I've shown you the thing, I'll talk you through. Here's what I'll probably change. No, not those. Right, these ones. There you go. Right, and then over here, it occurred to me, actually, that the setup that I've got, I could just feed everything into here. But everything of a gemstone variety, because it will just bypass anything that doesn't make a diamond straight out to the far end and send it on its merry way. Am I making obsidian? Oh, cauldrons are. Cauldrons occasionally will whip out an obsidian. But, you know, it happens. That works occasionally. What's it waiting on at the moment? Is it bearings? Yes. That's weird. Yeah, I know. I fixed some... Oh, I'll show you this while we're here as well, because I fixed this as well. This is my flipping gemstone sorter. Right? It works perfectly. I'm going to have to use hand gestures to explain what it does. You've got one belt that comes through with everything on, right? And then the first one, you don't... We need an I don't care counter. Just take it as read. I'll try and stop. My apologies. Yeah, all the gems come in, right? And they hit the first sorter. Now, the first sorter is turquoise, right? So it takes all the turquoise out and routes it into a temporary storage chest to backfill, ready to ping out for the customers. Now, that works great until that chest fills up. When that chest fills up, it means that the sorter gets blocked, which means that nothing on that main belt can get through. That was what the problem that I had before. So what I needed was a secondary priority splitter, or a priority something or other anyway, right? So that any backfill stayed on the belt. Now, in this tiny little closet of a space, that proved to be challenging. So as you will see, at the bottom is the storage box here. If I could give you a better view, I would do. I'll tell you something else. I couldn't expand it now. I've forgotten how. At the bottom, you've got the storage box, which goes to the pinger that flings it out that way. Here's the splitter, where it's going to grab everything that comes in. So this is the main in belt here. Goes in there. That's the splitter. Right, you don't have to do any of this rubbish. No, this is high-level idiocy. And then, you know, the turquoise comes out on top. Now, when it fills up, it will then stick business on that's back on the belt, which will flow all the way through. The tricky part is it has to zigzag up and down. So one lot faces one way, one lot faces the other way, and I've only started building filters where I've overloaded. So here's one here, for example, and I think that was for clockwork budgies. Can't quite remember. Anyway, all the overspill I think it was for watches. What gave it away? Well, they're the only thing that I make automatically that is added on here, other than diamonds, and they're made so infrequently that they sell out the second they arrive. Yeah, so the overspill ends up in a chest, and then I can either, in fact, I will do. Oh, check out. Let's try the diamond machine hypothesis. All right, you go. Have a bunch of those. Now you've got to wait for it to go to come up the lift. Right, here we go. So these watches are going to zigzag their way along here, not being filtered out. Yeah. Yeah. So, because I'm not sure if this main belt actually feeds onto the overall output belt. It'd be a colossal oversight if I hadn't done that. All right, and then we should end up here. We'll know it doesn't work when this belt jams, and I have a feeling it's going to. Unless I had the foresight to do it. Yeah, there we go. I did not have the foresight to do it properly. They're all in this lift. Yep, there she blows. Right, so you actually want adamant. It's Adam and the ants. Right, so if we get shot of those, then get shot of that, and then at the top here we stick a, sorry, it's just occurred to me, you're on a, oh, this just occurred to me stream, so have fun. Right, there's that. Yeah, don't stop interfering. I know my mouse hand's using up a lot of mouse mat, but that's how it works. You're here at my discretion, pusscat. Wait for it. You're going to need a, oh, no. Get rid of that. Well, do you know where you're putting it? I'm going to put it here. Right? It'll be fine. You need 2 spaces there. Right? 1, 2. So here. Right? So that's where the filter lives. This needs Adam and the ants. Why can I not set the... It'll be fine. Except that's going to come out the top. Good point. So this, well, how about we put this over here, flip it the other way. Right. Now get your filter splittery on. There you go. Right. And then go Adam and the ants is what we want. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. There. And then run everything else up here. Stick a 3. Stick a 1. Yeah. Ping it, whip it, zip it. Speaking of whip it, I'm going to go see Devo on Sunday. Yeah. They're the support act. My daughters are taking me to go and see the B-52s for my birthday, and I'm very much looking forward to it. All three of my daughters. We're all going to go and see Adam and the Ants. Not Adam and the Ants. No, he's not on. No, we're going to go see the B-52s. Fantastic. Should be a right laugh. So if you're there in Manchester on Sunday, come say hello if you see me. Don't say hello if you don't see me. Oh, well, I mean, you can say hello if you're feeling friendly. Right, I'm going to shove these in a cauldron, and then we'll get to work on the thing that I actually brought you here for. There you go. Right, get in there. It's the best game since the Transport Fever 2 and the stream associated, says Master Dalshai. Okay, all right, that's fine. No, you're entitled to your view. These cannons, they make me happy. Right, okay, here we go. Now then, I was working on stuff like pipes like this, right? And I went, okay, it's got a max length. And I went, oh, yeah. And belts, obviously, they can go on and on and on and on and on. And then I looked at jolly old number 7 on my hotbar, which is pipes. And I went, I've never bumped into the max length on one of those. I wonder how long you can make them. So I had a look. Here's one I did earlier. Hold on. Yeah. There you go. Boom, 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 bum, 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 and I went like, okay, well, I think we can. I think we can just about assume there is. I can't get through the door. We can assume there is no upper limit to how far this can go. You might have to take the following as read, but it should stay hot. So yeah, no upper limit on the length that a pipe can go. And I went, oh, but does it still conduct heat? So I stuck a quick cheeky heating pad down here, and the answer is yes, it does. Am I going to watch England in the next 30 minutes? What, the country? No. What? Oh, is the soccer on this evening, is it? He said knowingly. Fabulous. All I know about the soccer is stop baiting them. Is that it's a fantastic time if you need to go shopping. Fantastic. Or if you need to drive anywhere. Oh, it's so good. So good. Yeah, it's just... So fundamentally, the pipes will conduct heat over any distance you like. And that made me think, what if one were to build a separate boiler room effectively and then run all the pipe work over to your main processing building? It would mean that you could separate the two. Yeah, dedicated boiler room. Oh, yeah. Now, did we sell the big expensive relic? Let's have a look. Probably they don't tend to stick around very long. Yeah, no. There's some yellow getting sold, so obviously good customer. Sold all my diamond. There it is. There it goes. That's 10 gold. Biggest profit day ever. 31 gold's worth of profit. Woo! Apparently the Scottish World Cup fans are a thirsty bunch. So are the English. We all drink a lot over on this. Between us and the Scots and the Welsh and the Irish, we'll all put it away. It comes from the weather. Fundamentally, it's not a competition. But no, we see it as a national sport, and no one ever puts enough beer on. If you've got a few thousand England fans turning up and they haven't got work, they will drink you dry. Except, of course, with England fans, they all tend to get into a massive big fight and then get arrested, which rather curtails the amount of drinking they're doing. They have no sense of self-control. Yeah. But yeah, no, they'll all drink the place dry. I mean, in all of my visits to the States, what I have observed is that Americans eat in the same quantities as Brits drink, and Irish, right? Separate the two. In the same kind of quantities as those from the British Isles. And therefore, I mean, the number of times I've gone like... The first time it happened, I was working at EA, and this was in the heady days of EA, where it was still very old school. And so I said to the team that I was working with stateside, I said, I've been given a budget to take you all out and show you a good time. So let's go out and have a sesh. And they were all like, oh, yeah, oh, great, that sounds good. So we end up in a bar, and without exception, they all have 1 to 2 beers and then leave. And of course, by the time they're on beer number 2, I'm on like number 5. And I went, what's wrong with these people? Do they not understand a freebie? And just, so I've never known Americans to actually, I mean, obviously there are hard-drinking Americans and there are non-drinking Brits, but I've never encountered in the wild Americans who, conversely, every Brit will look at a plate of American food and go, bloody hell, how are you supposed to eat all of that? Crumbs. I mean, and it's good as well. Even the trash is good. And yeah, it's tasty. Probably because it's full of salt and sugar. So what? Yeah. Right, back on topic. Master Downsize slung 25 crowns in the bucket. Hurry up and bring your jukebox money. Yeah, Love Shack, Rock Lobster. Everybody goes there. They're not my personal favourites, but obviously I like them. I built that. So that was the house across the road. I bought it. I built it. It's prepped. We're gonna build something. Oh yeah, and it's gonna be solid. What's going on here? These are cannons. They're already set up to hit those. I'm pretty sure. Hyper palatable. Very good, Eutectic. Absolutely right. Yeah, spot on. That's a very good way of describing it. Noni slung 400 rupees in the bucket. Thanks, Noni. Towards the Guinness funds. You star. That will go very nicely. Thank you very much. Yeah. So there we go. Now, you can't build over the top. Oh. Have I tried? I think I did. I think in my testing, I actually tried to see if one could. This is nice. I've done a halfway decent job on this. Yeah, you better check this works. All right, there we go. We'll go through there. 7, please. Oh yeah. No drama. There you go. So that steam pipe, and I probably won't put it there. Yeah. Boink. Great. Good. Right. Yeah. So anyway, it's going across there, but I need to plumb it in correctly. So what I haven't yet thought through, because I'm going to make black powder in here as well, and that's going to cause me to get sad. Yeah, so black powder and a lot of furnaces. Now I could go black powder downstairs, furnaces in here, which I will multi-stack, and then more black powder up in the ceiling area. Isn't this nice? You could live here. I mean, as long as you know, as long as you don't mind a draft. You know, that's all perfectly viable. Wayne has slung a tenner in the bucket. Thanks, Wayne. You're a retired slacker. Good man. That's what we like to hear. I mean, you get bonus points for slacking while not being retired, but at the same time, any level of slacking is completely welcome. I don't know what I was doing up here. I went to the effort of edging it and putting in little corner lights. Why? It's not like I'm sticking anything up there. Now, this area here has the greatest room for expansion in a vertical sense. Yeah, don't know. Well, let's figure it out. Now, you may ask yourself, what is this beautiful house? No, not that. But I mean, obviously you could. Where is my beautiful house? Oh yeah. I could obviously go this way, right? And then do a bit of steam boilerage. I don't know if I've got enough materials on me or what have you, but there you go, right? And then steam boilers on the top. You can overlap. Oh, that's a new discovery. Can you though? Please hold. All right, give me another one. That's a yes. Oh. Okay, concept A. All right. Okay, or we can go individual. Give me the lesser furnace things. Oh, I worked out what it is I hate about clay and associated, right? Because this is the most efficient way to go. Oh, I'm segueing, baby. I'm segueing everywhere, and you just better get on board and stay up to speed. Because one steam doodad fits on top of one of those no wasted space. If I use the big one, there's more wasted space. Now, I believe that the forge conducts heat a little better than these stone furnaces, but in terms of an absence of wasted space, there is none, right? That is an optimum, optimum space use. Now, the question becomes, can one, if one were so inclined, grab one of these, yeah, and then bung it on top of here, right? I'm not entirely sure you can. Is that max height? Regrettably, yes, it is. Oh, even with the hole, you could work wonders. Go on. No. Pity. All right, so we're going single deck only, or I put some beam. Yeah, no, I think that's what you're cooking. Yeah, and it looks better. The downside will be when I'm then force feeding it with black powder. I have more mouths to feed, you see. That's a problem for about an hour from now. Okay, right. So what we've worked out there is the boilers can go in a room with a little bit less head height because there's nothing much you can do with the extra head height that you get. So we could go here, or we could go... No, actually, it makes sense to go in the middle because then you can have farms below, farms above. Okay. Yeah, shelves. Yeah. Beams. Yeah. I think we'll have enough. I mean, there is absolutely no chance that I'll get to the point of actually needing this much heat today, but ain't that the fun of it? Right, now then, I need a black powder blueprint, and I'm not sure I've got one. I've got one. You've even got it hot barred, you fool. Oh yeah, I clearly tested that. Right, that's what we need. That's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not all that big, is it? No, that is a full... Oh, hold on. What's the liquidizer there? And that'd be like brine or some business. Yeah, no, that's it. That's your black powder build. Well, that's ace. Yeah, I mean, obviously I haven't got the parts. What do I need? Plank, lozenges. Okay, what am I short on to make loads of them? Plank, lozenges, possibly some more rivets, definitely some more steel bars and more rope. Righto, hang on then. Well, I guess we're going shopping. How exciting. Right, here we go. Yeah. That's 8. It says I've got 10. All right, well, we'll start out with, I don't know if I don't even know if I need 3 per. You do need 3 per. Okay, fine. Hatchie. You may think they're your suggestions, but I mean, in case you didn't know, anyone who starts, have you considered trying, or what you should give a go is, I stop reading the comment because it just makes me likely to go and play it for yourself. Occasionally I'll read one. So if you manage to be sneaky about it, you can get a suggestion past the radar. Either way, this feels like it came out of my own head rather than from a comment. I don't mean to rain on your parade there, but I mean, you know better than backseat driving to begin with. But I know you nice people can't help yourselves sometimes. I did reply with ooh. Oh, what was that on? I did. You're right. And that one I definitely did use. Oh, that was sunken heat mats. Yeah. No, that was good. Because that was an aesthetic suggestion, you see. Practical suggestions, don't care. Aesthetic suggestions, though, always open. No, the door's always open to, it looks really pretty if you do that. Yeah, that's a big difference. Did I try buying out the whole city? Nah, who's got that kind of time? Yeah, no, I know, I don't need it. I mean, I saw one. I got directed to go and watch some fella's build, and all he's done is he's bought everything and he's built a ruddy great warehouse and then shoved it all in effectively a blank footprint. And I went, yeah, if you want, then you know, but that feels like it's losing the beautiful medieval whatnot effort. You can put a steam boiler on a stackable crucible. You can, but I don't need any stackable crucibles, so that's all good. Yeah, well over 5,025. It's been a member 32 long months. That's a very long time. You should know better, or you should have at least learned your lesson. I need steel bars, which I'm currently hoarding here. Don't ask me why. There are a lot of questionable decisions that have gone into this. I question them routinely. Yeah. Right, there you go. How's this looking? Oh, since I earned a 10 gold last time around, I imagine that's filtered through by now, but it's worth a look. Yeah. No, that's all filtered. Marvellous. Your local Amazon fulfillment Alchemy warehouse doesn't sound very pleasing. Yes, exactly. I mean, look, I mean, you can do it however you want. I mean, I know how I would rebuild this if I decided to rebuild it, and I really shouldn't. And I'll walk you through that later on. But I want to get this up and running. I'm not even going to use it. I just want to concepto prove to put my tiny little mind at ease. DJ Doughboy has been a member for 34 long months. Yesterday you felt hollow without your first daily kernel video in a while, and you were shaking in a corner. Should have come to watch the Brutal Ball. I was there. There was action. Players died for your entertainment. But no. No, yes, you just decided it's not for you. And I mean, I'm not one to criticise except for when I am. Yeah. I mean, the warehouse is an impressive build. Yeah, totally. But it just feels like it could be any other factory game. Because then it's all about, and then I've got 5 of these and 7 of those in order to perfectly balance the ratios between this and that. And I gotta go, get out, nerd, go away. And kind of go, and obviously we're doing all the brewing, 86 floors up in order to get the maximum ratio out of the plants. And you kind of go, oh, spare me. I mean, yes, there's totally value in doing things in the most efficient way possible, but I prefer to do things in the most way possible, and that's slightly different. If I can have someone go, oh, that's a cheeky idea, I'll go, yeah, it is, and I feel good about it. Right, okay, we need some burninate. Now, just place it. You can bulldoze it afterwards. All right, okay. All right, you've got some burninate there and some here. We've got crucibles on top, so that's, to me, suggests that we're doing charcoal. Right, sulfur, yep, wood, right, and stone. Okay. These are 100% self-contained. The thing you need to be aware of is iron bars, which you will get as a byproduct that you need to dispose of. Yes. I was impressed that twangers don't need line of sight. Oh, I hate that. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, again, it's personal taste. But all of the people that I've seen that have kind of gone, if you try and put your twanger targeting something through a wall, it won't do it. But if you take the wall away, set your twanger up and put the wall back in, it works just fine. And I go, that's cheating. No. I'm not having it. If you want your enterprise to be clean, hacking something through a wall is not the way to do it. No, that's That's against the spirit of the thing. I've put in a considerable amount of effort, not enough, not by a long way, to try and obfuscate or at least make look neat a means of resupplying my shop, but nothing is clipping through anything. It's all doing it properly. Trademarked. 5 diamonds, lovely. Yeah, right. Mitch has slung a 20 in the bucket. Thanks, Mitch. It's a non-mandatory but unsolicited late fee. Both those things are hearty bedfellows. Thanks, Mitch. Much appreciated. Right, let's get rid of this now that I've had a look at it. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that those boilers didn't have a whatnot underneath them. There you go. Right, be gone. 209 objects plus pipe, minus however many bits of floor that was. Now, how many do you think we can get across there? 4 if you're lucky. 5 if you're really lucky. And then we could probably get 1 on the other side, maybe. All right, well, let's find out. Now, we know black powder lasts pretty well. But the aim has to be massive oversupply. You're going to put in your money belt first. Oh, how am I getting the money down here? Yeah, I know. I just want the money down here. See this, right? If you haven't played the game, this is the tunnel conveyor. It's fabulous. Initially, you go, "Oh, what am I going to use that for?" But it's ultimately it's fabulous because it allows you to have a wall and a conveyor in the same place. You know what it should be able to do? Should be able to do the same through a floor, right? Or a lift should be able to do the same through a floor. Make a tiny little, just big enough for itself hole. No, I'm sure they'll add it. There's going to be that much demand by those who seek, nay, crave beauty, such as myself. Oh, hold on, I've got an idea. Is it going to work? Yes. You sure? Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. And it's not going to work. I know beams. Yeah, I know. I think you can see in one of the menus by clicking ledger. Oh yeah, you can see your sales figures, if that's what you were asking. Gee, don't know. Anyway, cash is coming in over here. Not necessarily that. This was me doing range testing. That's max range. I think I've got maybe 1 extra space of movement if I want it, but I checked out. I checked out Matt. Yeah, no, I know I could twang them, but I'm still going to need to take the floor out in order to twang them through the floor. Yeah. Okay, and also, I mean, obviously the range works exactly the same going the other way, so we'll be twanging out iron bars. See you later, Jeff. Whoop. No, that was on me. It's not you, just for a change. Yeah, so we'll be twanging out iron bars, twanging in money. Oh, you're not going that far. You're going to park over there. I've made you too warm. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now, I could elevate my floor by 1 more and run a belt underneath. We are going to want money upstairs and down, and then the return of black powder from both upstairs and down, and I'm looking at you as the bit of floor I get rid of. That said, that is in an area of both downstairs and up that is unhindered by staircases or exits or anything else. So if anything, I'd say you were a bit too, you might have saved yourself there. Good argument. Oh, hold on. What about this bit next to the staircase? You do have to get off the staircase. Yeah, but I could use beams. Hold on. All right, that's worthy of exploration. Right, so if you do that, right, because this is a manually built staircase. Yes, the beams have got to attach to something this side. What, like a beam? They've got, and that beam's going to have to rest on something here. I could put in an ugly stack of bricks. Oh, I had another concept as well, which was a slightly different elevator. Right? That. And you go, well, that's not going to work. And you're going to go, it is. Right? If you do that and then stick that on top and then stick that on top, right? It doesn't, it starts to look, oh, hold on, that looks all right. And you go, yes, because it looks like a beam. Now, obviously, it's too wide, but it also means you get a fabulous amount of storage in there. I've fallen out the window. It won't be the last time. Liam has slung $11.99 into the bucket, which is a precise amount of money for the father-daughter birthday drink on Sunday. 33 cannons, one for each floor. 3 cannons. Yeah, all right. This might not be what you were thinking there, Hitman. However, it's an interesting idea. One wonders. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, some idiot took the floor out. Remember that? Yeah, all right. I was looking towards the objective. Right, if one were to stick... yeah, we might not need a lift at all. If I put that on the windowsill... This is a stupid idea. Yeah, right, get over it. Can I let me target one of my cannons? I don't need the... That's decorative. No, not the whole thing. That would be excessive. Whoop. No. Try again, it'll work. Try again, it'll work. It won't. You can't target it. You're going to have to go up. All right, okay. Yeah. The plus side and the downside, well, the other downside to the elevator, apart from it being too wide, is that it's going to store a load of resources along the way. All right, go on, get in there. Get in there. Can I target that from here? You can. Can't target that, because that would be the solution. Skip elevators by pinging resources out to individual floors. I mean, look, it's got the angle for it. Yeah, it's not going to range. I mean, I don't know what it counts vertical range as. Well, you're a little bit closer as the crow flies. That's a negative. Yeah, no, it can see it, but it can't do it. Target is too far. Okay. All right, well, hold on. We haven't given up on it yet. Right. Why are you giving me the runaround? Delete. There you go. Right. Get with the flipping program, son. Right. Yeah. All of you out of here. Yes. Good. Right. Now, you. Let's put you right at the front edge. I know I don't want to put you right at the front edge, but we're short on it. You could make it higher. Okay. Yeah. Can I put one of these on one of those? That would be a yes. Okay. All right. Let's take it skyward. No, you're still out of range. You could put a landing platform up there. Yeah. Okay. What about downstairs? You got this stupid tent in the way that you can't do anything with. I'd love if you could. If you could have a little whatnot out there, that'd be ace. But you can't. I don't really want to mess with the exterior skin design of the house. Make it one higher still. All right, okay. There'll come a point where it will hit, but I might have to be on exactly the same level. No, I still won't do it. Piece of junk. Yeah, no. I think, yeah, I think we go with the box elevator. Patent pending. Right. Okay. Yeah. Good. Right. Okay. Box elevator. So if we put that in here, right, we can then stick a beam across the... You no longer need the beam across the top. You can just go up by the side of the staircase. Thanks there, whispering voice man. You've helped immeasurably. Right, okay, yeah. Now, do you think it'll fit? It had better do. Yeah, baby. Oh, now you're cooking. Faboo. Let's make it happen. Right, okay, so the belt's going to come in there. Seems reasonable. All right, now prepare to lose your mind as you do this a lot. Well, you could copy-paste individual segments. Shut up. This is the sort of thing you probably would want to do a blueprint for. Actually, have we got... Yes, we have. Fine. Yeah. See, this is going to look completely natural. You probably wanted to come up about here, though, right? Right, because now you've got to come up with some kind of faff to go. No, I might go that way. Carry on, then. Yeah. I mean, this is when people were complaining about me storing up silver at the end of my money belt. You ain't seen nothing yet. You wait until you see how much silver this thing stores. I don't want to quote you the exact number, but it'll be a few. I'll tell you that for nothing. I'll tell you something else. Go on. You can interrupt this ladder with a get-off point and then carry on. No, I'm going to build another one. I'm going to build another one that does the same. Well, we're here already. Yeah, you need one that goes downstairs. Oh, okay, fine. But I could if I wanted to. It's just rather a shame we've ended up facing the wrong way there. Yeah. See, look, there's my enthusiastic decorating. Just trash it. Got enthusiastic before the time. Oh, hold on. Actually, we are in the right place. Look at that. Bosh. Perfection. Yes, bruv. No. Shut up. Go away. Right. And then we run up and we get on the money belt as... Oh, no, you've got this stupid open flipping walls. What's wrong with you? Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you make things purposefully difficult? Because nothing easy is ever good. Now you got those. Now what I'm looking for here is, yeah, I mean, obviously that's the wrong distance apart. Actually, I think you'll find the game has made these pillars the wrong distance apart, or it's made these flipping beams incapable of spanning a basic floor span. Ah, but that is the challenge. Knackers to you and your challenge. You're going to have to use this one again. Yeah, that works. Yeah. I've got flipping balcony railings that also don't fit. The number of things in this game that don't fit, and it makes me kind of go, did you not play this? And I'm sure they did. And they decided, let's make something that is imperfect, that they have to work around. For it is only through the limitations that one really understands the truth of the thing. Shove it. Also, I want a vertical beam. Give me a vertical... I want vertical pipes and I want a vertical beam. You peasants. Thank you. You could just run your money belt across the balcony. Yeah. It's like... Yeah, it's like... That's a good one. Nice one, Choco Tube. Yeah, it's like the floors are in metric, and then everything else is in imperial, and you just kind of go, these are woefully incompatible. I mean, it's fine. I can make that work. That'll now work. I'll have to build a stupid pillar underneath it. But I think what might end up looking better is if we embrace these balconies, these balcony railings, and go with that instead. You can't have food. You've got an hour. No, I know. You fat oaf. Right there. It's going to look odd. Well, I mean, since when's that unusual? Or, in fact, a deal breaker? It might look quite suave. Yeah. How are you getting the black powder back out again? Well, I mean, I mean that's a straightforward. Just get it back out however you like. Can you set it on 2 pipes? I like it, Mike. I like your thinking. We can have a look. Let me elevate the pipe in the first place so that we get a proper test. Okay, right. So what you're thinking is something like that, all right? And then that's as close together as the pipes will get. So then something like that alongside it. Because pipes are totally gravity defying. Can you put a one of the... No. All right. Okay, but what can you put a... No, needs supporting at the end. Look at that. The middle section goes, no problem, blob. The rest of it goes, no. No, I see what you're thinking, but it's not having it. No, I see what you're thinking, and it's not having it. All right, we'll get rid of that and get rid of this. I don't think this is going to actually help the exercise. No, actually, what this is an interesting quick test of is, will it support a beam? Yeah, no, I think we've already proved that. Yeah, and yeah, build it anyway. It says this. It goes, oh no, do you want to build it anyway? I go, yeah, that's fine, build it anyway. And then it doesn't, because it kind of goes, well, no. Well, the reason I said it wasn't going to work is because it isn't going to work. Good effort, Mike. I like your thinking. The game, however, does not like your thinking and tells you to get out. Right. How about linking bridges? What, to go up? Oh, well, you mean up here? No, because it's again ceiling bridges. Ceiling bridges. No, it won't work, and the only reason for that is I will show you through the medium of doing it. Right. Yeah. You, in theory, yes, it will, but in practice, no, it won't do the job. Right. So let's get rid of those. Right, what you're thinking is, I see where you're going. I see where you're going, right? Drawbridge conveyors, right? Not those ones, because those ones need supporting at, I think, just one end, might be both ends, but either way, it needs support. This one, however, because it's a dangler, right, you could do that. I know I'm using the short one, right, and do this all the way along. Ta-da! Problem, you can't connect it to a lift. So you can't get the money off it. You can only get the money off at the ends. So you go, oh, well, just put a thing in the middle, at which point you're building supports. Right? So you could put an exit hole, right, an exit section in between each one of these, but that's got to be supported from the base. See? Yeah. I mean, it's good. It looks nice. I mean, it really would look nice. Particularly if I dropped it down a little bit more, it would look pretty good. But it's not gonna. No, it's not gonna play ball. I do like your thinking, but no. All right, and then oh, come on. Oh, would you please? Shelves should be able to overlap in the corners. Actually, I've never tried T on a shelf. Doesn't do anything. Well, that's probably why I never bothered trying it. Yeah, no, that's not going to fit either. Why do you hate freedom? Okay. All right, plan B. What do you want? Dangle it or support it? I think this is going to have to be support it. Yeah, I'm gonna lock the cat in the kitchen. He's gonna be particularly sad, 'cause he'll think I'm taking him for food. But unless he shuts up, I'm locking him in the kitchen, 'cause it does my head in. Right, okay, beam. One fewer of these then. Yeah, okay. And that's not going to work. No, it's not. You're going to have to do... Get off. That and then that. Okay, right. Beam. Because we have to run along the top of the beam. You know, I don't use these ramps. You know why? Because they're useless. There you go. Thank you. When I first played, I was using them all over the place, and then because I thought that the elevators were stupid, and that was because the game doesn't tell you to press T. These don't fit. More freedom hating. Yeah, this is my favourite one. This one with the metal reinforced wooden beam. It's beautiful. Absolutely chuffing beauty. It doesn't fit. Right, which means we're going to need to use Johnny Extender, which is fine, but but circumstantially fine. You're not going to want to use it everywhere, but you end up using it everywhere because it's the only one that will flip and fit. There you go, and then you can run around the corner. All shiny and chrome. Lovely. Right, let's get some black powder on the go. Right, we've solved a couple of problems. It may feel like we've dithered around a lot, and I'll be honest with you, we have. But we've learned a lot about ourselves and the nature of the construction along the way. Now, remember, the objective is try and squeak in as much here as we possibly can. So let's go. Now, are we going to get 2 across? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 floorboards. So in theory, yes, you can get 2 across. You won't get 2 across everywhere though, but that's not necessarily the worst thing. All right, cram that right up against there. Now I believe you hold shift and then you can walk around it. All right, and then we'll move it because yeah, you see I was obfuscating that end bit there. Right, that is the place. Is that the place? That's the place. Lock her in. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say lock her in. I mean, that has overtones that you might not necessarily want to get involved in. I'm gonna kill that cat. Jeff, shut up. When I moved up here with the cat, I had the cat in the car. Now this house is a 3.5, 4 hour drive away from where I lived before. And so I took the cat up in a cat box, like you do, and I wanted to do it in one sitting. But obviously you can't have the cat just meandering around the car while you're driving, because he doesn't understand that the hazard light is not for eating. That's going to work. Yeah, it's going to look all right. Okay, and then what comes out of here? Well, you have black powder in this pipe at the back, if I recall correctly. And then that is going to be ingrots. Yeah. I'm just eyeballing the cat. No. Do not make me incarcerate you in another room in the house. Yeah, so what happened? The cat did not shut up. The cat's used to going to the vet, and therefore he's used to, you know, it's a 10-minute car ride. And so up until this journey, because I suspect that privilege is now over, he would be okay getting in his box, getting in the car, and he'd be chill the entire way. But no, after about 45 minutes, he started non-stop yowling, and he didn't quit. Not once, not ever, for the entire journey. And it drove me up the absolute wall. Now, he has my sympathy in that nobody wants to be in a box, in a car, going on a mission. But at the same time, I'd put flipping yum-yums and treats and all kinds of stuff in his box. He hasn't got a favourite blanket. I should have put a cardboard box in there. That might have worked. But no, I'd given him every treat on the face of the flipping planet in there because I knew I was going to put him through some intermediate trauma. But no, he yowled non-stop. I'm not even... And it was pathetic yowling as well. It wasn't even, giving it full effort. Not like when I give him a shower. No. When I give him a shower, you'd think he was being cooked. But no, just non-stop. And I'll tell you, out of the two of us, I know who's more traumatised. Yeah, me. That's the part. I'm more traumatised from that harrowing adventure. Since then, if he starts yowling for more than 5 minutes, I'm about ready to, cast flipping something bad. Obviously, that's not the case. I love the cat dearly. I tolerate the cat dearly. But at the same time, there you go. Yeah. All right. Good. Back on topic. Good. Okay. Yeah, I'm back on topic. Let's get these banged out. Turns out I could only fit 4 in. Obviously, I could go back and skunkworks up a new design for black powder, but that's not what we're doing today. No, we're doing this and then declaring victory afterwards. 4, yeah. Well, 4's a healthy amount. I mean, that will generate a decent amount of black powder. And instead of pinging your iron bars out somewhere else, you could just run a cheeky cauldron here. You've got to get the byproduct out at some point. I mean, I could come up, I could find the recipe for black powder from cauldrons and then repeatedly refine iron ingots until it became black powder and then feed it back in the system. The only downside there is that I would use up so much black powder in making the black powder that it would not be beneficial. A trash bucket. I know, I don't want to. I still haven't researched it because I refuse to, because it feels like giving up. One should not have a trash bucket. One should figure out how to solve one's problems for oneself. Yeah. Now, if I wanted to put a second deck on here, you might have to remove your nice mezzanine level. It's this effigy here that is the problem maker. It's a big ask to put out enough platforms to test it for sure. I think by the time I've got a platform on top of there, because you can't stick it directly above, you have to go like 2 above or something like that. Yeah. Give me let's do a test case here. Let's check for some height. Right, I think you're going to be up there. At least up there, more likely there, before you're able to build on top of it. You ain't got room. Or you might have, but it'll be a right squeeze. Anyway, you could get maybe 2 of those in here. Have I got anything? Have I got the parts left? Of course not. All right, I need 6 lozenges. We're going to need more rope. And get rope, stone, lozenges, steel gears, glass. I won't remember that shopping list. You'll be fine. Okay. No, but the trash bucket is not an awesome sink, though, because you don't get any tickets. Now, the other thing that would help this game a lot is if you could set the product prices. Because then you could set proper supply and demand pricing. While we're here, give me a bit of this. Yeah. You're going to forget your shopping list. Details. Right. Now, we need... no, yes, no, yes. Give me 2 of those, thank you. Quick sort. Blessed are you. Brick. Don't need brick. Do need glass, though. I was surprised that we need as much glass as we do, but there we are. Okay. Do you need soap? No, not yet. We'll wait till the job's done, then I'll have a proper wash. I need some steel gears. How many steel gears per? It is only 28. Okay, cool. Yep, no, thank you. What is that? Nails. Oh, I usually run out of nails. Do you need nails? Yeah, but only 19. That's fine then. Nope, put it away. Do I need rivets? See, didn't memorize anything. Probably need some wood. Rivets. Got loads of rivets. Rivets were fine. Bearings, I've only got 30 odd left, so let's take some of those. I don't know if we need them or not, but I've only got 30 left. Wood, we'll take another stack. Stone, I know we needed. Yeah, I know. I should sort my lumber and stone into a more readily accessible and deliberate looking supply depot. You might be being daft. How do these boxes fill themselves up? What, these ones? They come in down the pipeline. So I built the whole of this floor. Go and watch the series. Go and watch the series. It's magnificent. No one builds like me. Because it's just so expansive. No. Your desk privileges are done. I know you've chilled out now, but let that be a lesson to you. I'm not entirely sure the lesson he'll learn. But yeah, they're being filled along here. Right? Everyone fills along here and it fills up the boxes. You can colour the boxes, it's true, but these ones. But no, but you see, they've all got the product on the end. They don't need colouring. Oh, these ones here, how do they fill themselves? I put something in there. It travels all the way along to this one. This is leftovers from when I last trashed the whole facility. I put all my leftovers in here, which is why you've got some partially used stuff in there as well. We do need iron ore. Yeah, but it can hang on. Right, okay, get back over there. Yeah, no, they're not being filled cleverly at all. Those are dump boxes, but they are sorted to a degree. Yeah. Right. Where are we? Wrong floor. Okay. Right. Right floor. Proof of concept. Yeah. There you go. The awesome sink gives you tickets. The closest thing to an awesome sink that you get in this game is a cauldron. And I've seen a couple of the people doing advanced builds who were using cauldrons to do some of the more complex stuff. And you kind of go, again, when you're using, I mean, I'm not going to knock it, but I think it's a flaw in the game. Because if you're using a cauldron with a fixed recipe in order to knock out a particular material, that rather says to me that it is way too much of a hassle to build it in the traditional way. And therefore, maybe eliminate the hassle a little bit. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay, good. So that's doing wood. Yeah, what were you going to do? Oh, I was going to sling another couple of these in here. Sorry, friendo, it's not to be. Don't do it. I think it might look pretty good. I mean, how far short of the target are we really? You've already built the elevator. You make a good point. Right, okay. And I mean, you don't want to go overboard. I mean, doing a happy fun times Canon Twanger. It's great, but use it in moderation. This is still early access, isn't it? Björn, just for you, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care if it's early access or not. See, because first access, oh poo, first access is only access. That's what developers need to remember. First access is only access. Once you've played it for the first time, the odds you come back to play it again are somewhere between not gonna and, oh look, there's a new game that I'm playing now. You've had your shot and you've let me play the game before it's finished. Therefore, that's on you. Once this is uninstalled, it ain't coming back. Yeah. Not interested? Right, come on, let's go. Right then. I know we make a profit, therefore why bother looking? Okay, here we go. Here's the next one. You are going to need to run your money belt round here. What do you think? Continue the perimeter. Continue the perimeter. Well, do that first, because then you'll know how far away to go from the perimeter. You've got to build round the corner again. And obviously this isn't going to fit because it hates freedom. Yeah. 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 That should be a 5. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, as much as this is a bit of a drag, it'd be nice if these were draggable vertically. Horizontally, yeah. Vertically, nah. What if you press T? I've not tried it, but you know what? I bet it doesn't. I bet it doesn't. Can you change which way the grain is on it? Oh, interesting. As you will see, as you will possibly see, there is a circular, I've cut through a log to make this and then sanded it down, spiral going on the top there, whereas you've got a grainy grain on the side. If I hit T, you would imagine, like in Minecraft, that it would do that. But no. Oh, what if you do T now? No, ain't happening. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, that's not changed what I thought already. So they're no worse off than they were before. Give me Johnny Extendo beam, please. Thank you. Oh, put one too many on there. Right, good. Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty neat coming around like this. So you know, that's why my level of dismay is minimal. My dismay would be much more significant if it didn't look quite so swelligant. But it looks moderately swelligant, and therefore I'm pretty chill. Right, you haven't got a balcony here. No, you've got a window. That's okay. We'll just we'll continue using the multi-block to beam special combo, which is number 14 on the menu. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You should hotkey this. Yeah, but I'm not going to use it that much more. You'd be surprised how often you do use it, though. No. It's fine. See, the reason... We'll do it then. The reason I don't need to hotkey it is because when I'm doing beam work, I'm tending to do it all at once. Oh, you could mix it up. What, and stick a tubular bells along here? Tubular pipeline. Yeah, I know. That was a revision joke, that one. I tried it, and I went, nah, it doesn't work. So I changed course. Right, that'll get over to that side of the window. All right. Yep. And you're going to need another one next to it. Can it run along the windowsill? No. Okay, right, yeah. You, here, thank you. Let's roll. All right, next one is one brick short of the next window. Okay. 4, and then are we? Yeah, no, you're going to need one more. Yeah, I mean, we're very much taking the money belt the pretty way here. Okay, yeah, give me that straight on. And then you need to get to, no, you've got to do it that way. Sorry, concentrating momentarily. I mean, that's what concentration sounds like. I mean, if you're going as far as here, yeah, I know it would be good to go all the way along, but I mean, I'm going to have to support it with something well ugly in the middle, and I don't want to do that. That might be far enough, and if not, sticking it in as a Milton post, a what's it post at the top of the staircase. It's not Milton. I've been trying to remember what it is, and it's in my head. Now, you see, I know my head pretty well, and what I know from my head is if I ask it and it doesn't know immediately, it will tell me, but you do have that knowledge, and then later on, it will come back to me. It'll surface it up a bit later, and that bit later might be a couple of days, but I'll be blown if I can actually remember what it's called. It's definitely a post. It's not Milton. It's something along those lines, though. One of you will tell me in a moment. I'm sure of it. Staircases, banister, post. What manner of post is it? Thank you very much. Thank you, please. You can probably Google it, but don't Google it. Use your own. You're only allowed to say it if it's come from your own personal knowledge and not from Madam Google. Right, slap that in there. That takes us to 5. You might as well do all of this in one hit. And... or like a mason post. Nope, it's not a mason post. That goes there. Right. No, you're one off. Oh, well, that's awkward. Have we got anything resting on that below? Don't think so. Yeah, you missed. Too busy thinking about banisters. Your railing's going to go. Oh, no, I'm going to lose. Newell! It's a Newell post. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, no, it isn't. It's a Newell post. Yeah, totally is. That's it. Good. We're all there. Good. Is this important somehow? No, not really. But there you go. Sometimes it's important to me, and therefore it's going to happen. Yeah. Yeah. Where am I getting Milton? Why am I getting Milton post? See, that's the deeper question. Well, where's that come from? And I go, I don't know. I'm now taking this out by hand because I don't want to have to relay that rubbish that I just laid. And therefore, because this makes for more compelling videotronic entertainment, don't you know? Oh, yeah. Doing something tedious that is different to the tedium I did a moment ago. Boom shakalaka. That's the hotness, as evidenced by my many millions of dedicated followers. You've got many dozens of dedicated followers. That's good enough for me. But I would rather have a discerning crowd with a significant amount of taste than a Mr. Beast-size audience who couldn't care less, but are so starved for any kind of entertainment at all, they'll watch some plum just shoving halfpennies up his nose until his nose feels really rather full. You might not have done that video yet, in which case I'm copywriting the idea now. Yeah, you can't have it, Mr. Beast. You can't. You're going to have to do something else of sizable shock value in order to regale your 12-year-old audience. There you go. Right. Good. Why are you ragging on Mr. Beast? Because he can take it. The song Milton Post. I don't know. No, I don't know the song Milton Post. That's not it. No. But for some reason I've got an association there. Yeah, you see, the fact that you are self-deprecating enough to go, no, I think you'll find I don't have any taste. That's exactly why you're here. That's why. a certain level of, no, I think you'll find I'm an idiot. Perfect. Yeah. No. See, if you thought you were more than an idiot, you'd be somewhere else. But you kind of go like, no, I got so many practical things I could be doing. But at least this way I can go, I'm not watching some juvenile rubbish. I'm watching some middle-aged juvenile rubbish. And even then, only marginally. Right. Go on, push it. Pull it. Shove it. Oh, maybe it does fit. Yeah, it does fit. You know why it looked like it didn't? Is it because I'm an idiot? No. You're not as idiotic as you think you are. You're less idiotic than that. Okay. Right. Okay, right. Let's set up some more of this stuff. Do you want to set it up the right way? That would probably be beneficial. Yeah. Right. Good. I'm going to get one more in here. And then I'm going to go continue emptying out the box of the... I was possibly thinking of a muntin post. That sounds like something that I know, but no, I'm even more lost on a muntin post. I might have heard the phrase somewhere. Is that horse related? Is it a cowboy thing? I don't know. No, I don't know. It's just sat in my head. Who knew that today's show would turn into a discussion about why I struggle to remember Newell Post? Except I've now said it a couple of times. I might not struggle with it in the future. I will struggle with it in the future. I can feel my porous brain just kind of going, no, I'm not getting that, mate. Just not getting it. There you go. Well, you see, you're going to come up here and look at this and you're going to go, oh, that's a jolly inefficient layout. And I'll go, yeah, I really could do a blueprint job on one of these. Probably. It might drive me nuts, but I'm sure I could. I mean, even something as simple as sticking these grinders on top of those grinders somehow would probably help. And what's this redundant bit of flipping effort here? What's that in aid of? Well, that's where you connect up to this. That's your black powder hookup. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, right. That's not inefficient. That's prepped for future something. I'm a cowboy thing. You know it, baby. Yeah. He is patiently now camping out by the side of my chair, eyeballing me. I'm going to give him 5 minutes, then I'll feed him. Because as much as I may bluster about how much the cat gets up my nose, I do kind of have a soft spot for him, and therefore I will feed him early. And that's why he doesn't learn. All he does learn is that if he bangs on enough, he will get food ahead of schedule. Sucker is me. Sucker MCs? No, not in this case. Right, yeah. No, I'm going to do this corner as well. It doesn't make me happy to have to do so, but it makes sense. Oh, we're using an unusual piling technique there. Hope you enjoyed that. Right, and then you give me. Yeah, I know I could have copied it. Be quiet there, copying fans. Right there, yeah. All right, good. Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, I hear you. I'm not going to do anything about it, but I hear you. Yeah, I said 5 minutes. Pay attention, you deaf oaf. There we go. Right. And lovely. Right, and then whip that out. Stick on one of those, and it needs to go that way. Why not just do one of those all the way up? I certainly could have done. But you see, the thing is, that would then look like an elevator, whereas this looks almost like a pillar. Almost. I'm going to feed the cat. Won't be a tick. Where is he? Oi, Dingus, come with me. I return. Oh, flipping heck, the game's crashed. But I wasn't even here. You can't hold me accountable. Oh, no, it's gone. It's given me a full crash. It does that sometimes. When did the MVP last turn up? All right. I don't have a everything's broken button anymore. Yeah, you could make yourself go full screen. Nobody wants that. You could give them the Electro Sports timer. There you go. Have the Electro Sports timer just for a bit of variety. I'll reload the game and then we'll crack on. So I'll keep you company while that's happening. Oh no, this looks like a task manager job. All right, well, you know, adventures. Yeah, okay, right, yeah. No, I know it's not responding. It's done all the things. You're not using too much memory or any of that kind of caper. No, end task. There you go. Get out of there. Now, I'm going to give it 20 seconds to think about what it's done. I like to let it just percolate through and get into the note. I could just turn up back here again. And you go like, and breathe in and breathe out, and then when you think that it's got itself under control, we fire it back up. I hope I haven't got to lay all of those railing bars again, although I have a feeling that it is partly related to the autosave where the problem happens in terms of the regular crash. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, I got as far as here. Oh, well, that's not so bad. No, that's okay. All right, okay. All right, fine. Didn't lose too much. You do have to do that corner again, which is, oh no. But that's about it. Flip it, up it, rotate it. Okay. And the other thing I have observed so far, touch wood, make sign of warding, is that it doesn't then crash in the same place again. Right, so it's not like there is some calculation which if it trips up once, it's going to trip up again. It's most peculiar, but that's why bugs of that kind are kind of hard to find. Because you kind of go, what's causing it? I mean, I send my logs to the developer, and I'm sure they built themselves a lovely tree house out of that by now. But whether they've been able to determine anything useful or not is anyone's guess. That's why most game bugs aren't fixed in a hurry, is because the developers look at the log files and they go, oh, don't know, it hasn't happened to me. And kind of go, well, it's affecting quite a few users and they're getting irate about it. I kind of go, look, bruv, I'll fix it, but I've no idea what's causing it. Not a clue. I've had them send save files through, not a clue. I've watched someone on video with it happening, and all I can tell you is it's nothing they did. The game got into a tizzy and tripped itself up. Not that one. There you go. So there you are. Little peek behind the curtain into development there. Thank you very much. And I know that almost some of you are developers anyway, so you know that for a fact without me having to mention it. Wolfgang gets to go on a hovercraft tomorrow. Sick. I mean, the only downside to the hovercraft going across the channel is it's not very nice. You don't go on this and go like, I feel like luxury, because you don't. I mean, unless they've got a new one where you do feel like luxury. Historically, you never felt like luxury. You did instead feel, it's much like taking a cross-channel ferry. You just kind of go, well, it's nice being on the sea, but man, this thing honks. Your mileage may vary, but that's the expectation. I'm setting your expectation levels way low, and that way, if you beat them, congratulations. Right. This is now ready to receive cash. I'm going to put in a cheeky save here just so I don't have to do it again. Rapidly checks his save game names to go, did I swear in some of these? Not so much. Sometimes I do, but not today. You're not going to the channel, you're going over to the Isle of Wight. Okay, good. Ride the little train. It's about the only thing worth doing. Go and see the Needles. Buy a stick of rock, come back again. Cows is all right, but it's fine. Julius Hardware took a hovercraft as a child and puked the entire way. Perfect. That's a solid day out for the entire family right there. Look at that, fits flipping seamlessly. Absolute magnificence. It's going to take you a long time to feed all these boxes. Yeah, I'm thinking that the boxes might not have been the best plan in the world. Also, you're not going to get boxes through there, are you? No. Ha. And you can't take that floor out. No. You know why? There's a bunch of boxes on it. Come on, I've got a creative brain. I can come up with a solution to this. I've come up with a solution to it. I've got it. It might work. Equally, it might... No. Oh, don't be like that. Oh, what a drag. And you've only got partial certainty that it's going to work. Oh, you peasant. Hey. Sorry, I'm working on plan B. I've got to go down at some point. Might as well be here. I mean, fundamentally, is this staircase... Wait. All right, hang on. All right. Well, if you're resting on that one, presumably you're not resting on this one. It's not, but your box lift is. I mean, can't you just be cool? I mean, just be cool. Just once, one time. Just be flipping chill. What do you want to replace? Do you want to replace the staircase, or do you want to replace that? Well, I mean, that's regimented, yeah. And this is regimented. Which one are you more likely to get wrong? That. I'll have the alignment off by 1 or something like that, and it won't work. Which one's going to look better? Good question. Taking out that one. Right, then that's the one we take out. Okay, fine, right, good. Okay, right. So we'll just build it again from the bottom, and we need a gap here into which we're going to... I could blueprint a box lift. Yeah, I probably could. In fact, I could do just... I mean, even just 2 segments of a box lift will just save a bit of time. Okay, that's what it's called now, box lift. Box lift. You're all welcome to use it, obviously, because it's a fearsome piece of engineering. All right, okay, hold on. Yeah. Go on, be cool. I don't think it's going to be cool. It's not. It makes it look like it's going to be cool, ever so briefly. All right, hang on. Well, what about you? Can you be cool? I'm not resting on anything. Yeah, but I don't want you to. I want to nail you into the end like that and fling you up the other side. It's not going to be cool. It's not, is it? Okay, then you're going to have to rest beams on top and run it over like that. Yes, except we'll come up short because we're going to want the box lift in there. All right, okay. Yeah. Now, the tricky part here is going to be measuring. Can I put a wanna in there somewhere? Give me a wanna. Yes, you can. Right. 1, 2. It is 2, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so put it on number 3, and then we know to line up with that, and everything will be groovy. In fact, I'm going to go one further because I don't trust myself, because I've met me. There you go. Gimme. Right. Gently drag it on down the wall. There. Box lift next to that. I mean, the box lift isn't even going to come all the way to the ground. Oh, no, it's not. This is a shelf job. This is a shelf job. Okay. How do you get from your box lift? The box lift will sit on a shelf. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. So if I go, thank you. If I go about there, no, wait, about there, give me a chandelier, please. All right, that's minimum chandelier height. For those of you unfamiliar, I intentionally over or mispronounce words when it amuses me to do so. In this particular case, you should not pronounce it chandelier. That is not the proper pronunciation. Everyone knows the proper pronunciation is chandelier. Right, okay, let's get up here. Bang that down there somewhere for funsies. Again, we don't trust our own consistency of measurement. Therefore, right. Okay. Yes. Box prints, blueprint, box plan, boo, pram. Okay. So, where do you want to start? Box? Well, the box has got to rest on something. Yeah. That's rotate, you dingus. Vertical. Right, okay, there we go. We're there. This one's going to need to come out. Yeah, that's the other thing that I need to be careful of. Right, can't use, I might be able to use this both ends. Right, so that's coming out. You're going to need a 3 there, and then we're off to the ruddy races. You'll be able to check this as you go and make sure it works. And to be fair, the bottom is always coming out. So in the middle, this is a hypothesizer. We're going to need a double like this, and then we just do a splitter. That'd probably work, but no. Yes, thank you. But it will be like, no, you had it. It was the previous one, and you've gone past it again. Slow down. There you go, like that. So these are both ins. Yeah. I'm building it manually. Get knotted with your blueprints. Right. Which way are we going to traverse this room? That way. Yeah. Well, I mean, both ways would be nice, but we'll work that way to start with and then see how we go. All right. So that's number 3. So you go on number 1. And that's an out. Right. You don't need to get underneath, so you can use Johnny Woodblock here. Well, let me select Johnny Woodblock from there. All right. No. Okay, you need a number 3. All right, yeah. And then on top of that, could you have chosen a more awkward angle to do this from? Probably. All right. Keep coming. Okay, yeah, where is it? No. How am I off target? I can't possibly be off target. I bet you can. You can very much be off target. This is why we measured. To avoid being off flipping. What an absolute pillock. Right, do it again, but better. This. Oh. All right, and then that. You sure? Yeah. Right, and then this. Honestly, I don't know. I've got no excuses. Just, I mean, you'd say that this was unusual. Also, yeah, I know. I want that the other way. You want that the other way. Yeah, I want the female at the other side in order, because if we've got original resource coming in here, I like the notion of the male female. Good, 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 good. Yes, yes, yes. We can use that terminology. That's good. So yes, I want a female there to go down and another female above it to go up. Right. Do it again. You know what they say? Third time's the third time. Yep. All right. Spin it. Okay. Now you can use a block the other side if it makes you happy. It does, because it looks better. Okay, right. Now then, you. Wait. You've done it wrong again. You can't. Oh, man. Oh, if you don't understand why I keep getting it wrong, I can't help you. No. Right. That needs to flip in. Where's my safety block? Down, down, down. There. Don't delete it. You need that. There. Yes. And there. Right. Okay, here we go again. Fifth time's the charm. I thought I was off target there for a moment, which would have made me absolutely throw something at myself. There you go. That should be spot on. Well, you had enough chances. Okay, now we do need access there, so let's take that out. We don't need that anymore because we've got this bit right. Okay, good. Right. While we're about it, so we don't screw it up later, put that in there. Right, there we go. Right, we now know that's doing that. Okay. I might ask myself, why have you got that doing that later on? In which case, we'll know. Take that one that way, just in case you fancy it. Then give me a 3 here. This will make sense in a moment. Yeah, there. It's not ideal, but we can work with it. Okay. You can now leave. Will you fit on there using my favourite beam design? No. But why? Let's use blocks on it as well, just for consistency's sake. Why can't I have the nice beam be extendable? It doesn't fit good anywhere. All right, okay, so we've got a money belt going in there, except it won't be there. I'll have brought it down on some kind of lift. I'll probably have put it in a pipe thing, doing a, yeah, twist it, bop it. Yeah. Right, good. Okay, there's that. So then, let's do this out in rough. You've got that, but we are, no, yes. A secondary female in there, like so. Give me a 3. I think I might need another one. Yep. Okay. Yes, no, that makes sense because it's double height. Okay, and then we're going back up again. I got very lucky with that initial build that we tore down not so long ago. No, not the second build that we tore down, or the third one. That very first one that looked good. And you all went, oh yeah, that's a concept. And it's so easy to build without getting it wrong. No, we just got lucky with the orientation the first time around, that it ended up facing the right way. To be fair, even if it's not facing the right way, I'm going all the way this time. Stuff using an elevator at the end will keep going up like this, but I can stop any time and take an elevator for the last however far it needs to go. But I think we might be, no, we won't be all right. You're going to need to elevate this. Am I? Maybe not. Yeah, did you get that one right? I'm going to go with yes. Okay, and then you've got that. Okay, all right. Yeah. All right, I need a splitter. Yeah, I know that. Yep. But we know where we need the splitter. It's downstairs. It's not here. It's downstairs. It's here, right? In there somewhere. Underneath this staircase, which I may end up having to bulldoze anyway, in order to put a splitter between these two Threes. Right, let's shift this. All right, then let's get that on there. No, I just want a regular. Well, a regular splitter is just belt to go 50-50. Otherwise, you're talking priority splitter. What if one runs a priority splitter without setting the target? I don't think it works. What if you set a filter splitter with no whatnot? Doesn't split them. Items are prioritized for the first output. Yeah, that's no good. So the splitter's not going to work, which is a shame because that's the tech that I want. I want to vertically split. Can I use a box for that? No. I don't want to have to do a little ugly belt loop. Well, get used to the idea. Hold everything. Right, okay. Now, we're coming in via Canon, as you do, and then we could very easily come in both sides at once, thereby forming two belts. At which point, we don't merge them or split them or whatever. I mean, I could do some load balancing if I could be bothered. Can't be bothered. But we run them in a double stack down here. Bosh, bosh. Double the bosh, double the goodness. Big box in front of it. Big box in front of it. Yet more unnecessary storage. No, it won't work. It won't work. Because the big box will only empty unless you're filling it at twice the speed. It will always empty out through one slot or the other. I can't remember which is which in a vertical setting. Good solution won't work unless you're double filling. I like it though. I like it. Yeah, it's only if the box is over full, it will output through both evenly. Otherwise, it will only output through one of them. Very nearly the right solution. Very nearly. Good. There's no frustration here. I'm having a fantastic time. I'm loving it. Not even though there is a small amount of griping about decisions of a gameplay nature that have been made. Lift in the window by the stairs. What you're thinking here. Yeah, I mean, look, this is it's not that it's an impossible task that has been set. It's more that it's a tricky task if we want the end result looking good. Is that the same? No, okay, I had a feeling that would happen. I'm not entirely sure that's the same height as the ledge there. And I can't really see because there's a tree and a staircase in the way. We may end up getting rid of the staircase anyway, just so I can see what's going on. Grab a brick. I'll grab a brick. And then we should be able to tell for sure. I think all of this is one higher up. Yeah, because it matches the flooring. Okay. So, well, let's bring it up to the same level. I mean, this is going to be easy enough to delete if we have to, but we've got that at the same level at least. Okay. The irony there, of course, would be that the beam I really like using would probably fit in there. Anyway, yeah. So no. This is the backup. The backup solution is we stick a. In fact, this is laughably easy. You just do that, and that will split it perfectly. Right. Let's not be any more clever than we need to be then. Okay, and then we're just going to run, I'm going to run pipeline. Because the one thing I like about the pipeline is once it's in, it looks like it could just be part of the business, you know? Just a little part of the business. Oh, I had another design thought and I haven't done it. It was quite a good one as well. Do you need to do it here? I'll show you. I will show you. That lift should be a box. Some buffer storage is always welcome. I've got boxes, man. the whole thing's made of boxes. We don't need any more chuff in boxes. We've got them. You got any boxes by any chance? No, I've got some boxes. Yeah, no, do that. That's the other thing that I want, right? Yeah, see this? T, I should be able to turn it into a U, into a right angle, not a U. Or a U, why not a U? Yeah, I have since figured out, or in video, I've seen someone do it. If you put resource A in there, it comes out here. Right? And if you put resource B in there, it comes out there. So you've got two right angles next to each other, which is cool. That's really nifty. What it doesn't do though is it doesn't give you any transforms on it. And you kind of go, well, give us a flipping right angle, son. There will be some cases where I might want to cross over like that, but not today. Yeah. Now, let's give it some floorboards, and then it will look right good. Really? Yeah. Do you not want to get one out of the catalogue and do it? Do you not want to save that until it works? That's the traditional method. Should be programmable. Should be programmable. Yeah. 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 100%. Completely agree. I mean, for crying out loud, we're using magic here. Of course it should be programmable. No, leave that off for the time being. I want to see the money flowing past just to make sure that it's flowing like the spice. Yes. Okay, so we've got our 2 ins. Do we even need 2 ins anymore? And where would the second one come from? I think we operate on a single in basis. Would it also not make sense? See, because right now I have to do like that, right? It's fine. It works. It's ugly. Right? Would it not make more sense to build that? Yeah. Right? And then just leave a glap in the floorboards in order to line up the business. You could even put a fake one in next to it to make it look symmetrical. Everybody likes symmetrical. Yeah, let's do that. Right. Yep. It'll just look good. Right. And then we can get rid of that. Yeah, and that. Right. And then we could put in one of these. Yeah. Well, put it in then. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit temperamental with, not now, with a little bit of wait until it settles and then go, yes. Thank you. Okay. And then we can even hide it like that to make it look like it's all the same thing. Smooth. Right, okay. Do a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty ugly. We're not going to see it. By the time I've done decorating, son, you're going to go, it's flipping majestic. I go, it is flipping majestic. Right, so we now have money feed from here to here. Okay. Now, because our objective in building this is just to make, hello there, our steam boiler room fill with potential power and then run it in a pipe. Am I actually going to tear up a bit of the factory and put in heating plates and edit? No, I'm not. No. If you're waiting for a juicy payoff whereby I start cooking stuff on the new heating templates, leave now. Because you're not getting that payoff. That's not coming. What we will get is I'll have all the boilers fired up and they'll be fed by self-supplying black powder. Okay, good. Can you put a shelf outside hidden by the tree? No, you can't. I've tried it. That was my first instinct, is to use shelves to get it done. For some reason, it's weird about overlapping on those exterior walls. Right, I've got loads of iron. Yeah, you've got stone as well. Just grab as much as your backpack can handle and go and shove it on stuff, in stuff, under stuff, all that kind of thing. Because we're trying to empty these boxes of leftover flipping ephemera. How many have I still got? Oh, you know, some. Okay. We'll get there. We won't. I'm uninstalling after this stream. Are you? Are you really? Or are you just telling yourself that to make you think that finally you'll be free? I think I'll be free. Right. Okay. Now, bang. Yeah. Add on here. Are you sure this wants limestone? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Bang an iron ore in that. And another one. It doesn't matter if we don't hit them all equally because the money will come in, and that'll get other things moving. This is about using up resources that I don't want to store in boxes anymore. Okay. And nothing works until these all need starter fuel. So that's fine. Too bad you can't sell the overflow back to the shop. True. I did try sticking them in cauldrons. That's not awful. No. Can you heat a boiler with a steam heating pad? I had that same thought. I didn't try it. I imagine yes. Obviously, you're going to lose a little bit along the way. Yeah, I mean, it's you're going to get a diminishing return. I don't think you can effectively cold fusion it. I mean, that'd be fun, but some enterprising YouTubist would have figured that out by now. Not me. Nah, I figure out things like, ooh, pipes can go long, can't they? Don't uninstall until you've had a refund approved. Why would I want a refund? I've got 270 hours in this game. This game's brilliant. I love it. It's fantastic. Why would I want a refund? No, I've just had enough of it and I want my life back. Thanks. No, this is very enjoyable. It's one of the most enjoyable games I've played all year. Yeah, maybe I wasn't making that. Maybe I wasn't making that clear. This stream Saturday would be addicting. Yeah, no. This is not replacing Saturday. We're still on farming on Saturdays because we're on a mission. I might not use this design. Anyway, that's kind of something like similar to what I'm thinking, and then continue this along here. I thought you were going to do it when it worked. It's like building a PC. You don't put the side on the case until you know it works. There you go. Oh, your translation is don't uninstall it. No. Has to be uninstalled. I've got other things to do. And the downside to playing this is as much as you tell yourself you can dip in for 20 minutes, lies. You can't dip in for 20 minutes because you kind of go, oh, what if I were to, and then 6 hours pass. You want to burn a weekend in one sitting? This. Yeah. Marvellous. Right. And then put one of those there to make it look like, oh, there's definitely something happening in both of those. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Lovely. Okay. How are you going to make that look good? Maybe move this pipe out that way a little bit and use a 3 on top of all of those. Also, where's that going? It's not going anywhere at the moment. Right, okay. That now needs to go all the way as far as probably about here. Right. And then apparently we're filling this in now. Yeah, you put that in about there. You may as well have that go there as well. And then At least it's consistent. I hate the look of those. They should do a metal version as well. I don't have anything else to do with my life. I really do. Do you want the new series or not? You can't have a new series until I uninstall this, you see. That's the problem. And the new series is going to be great fun and full of vim and whimsy. There you go. Yeah. It's ugly though, isn't it? I don't know. What else are you going to do? There's not much I can do. No, there isn't. Night, Kevin. Lovely to see you. Sweet dreams, bed bugs, all that business. Right. Now what? Okay, so we've got money coming in here. It is going upstairs. It is going downstairs. We don't have anything built downstairs yet, though, to take advantage of it. Have I tried Whiskerwood? No, I'm not likely to either. I find city or other builders using... look at the cutesy poo animals doing things like humans. That makes me want to puke. If you want to build a city builder, it's humans. It's why I don't play Beaverton or whatever it's flipping called. Yeah, I won't play anything with whimsical rabbits. I won't play anything with whimsical badgers. I won't play anything with whimsical... I certainly won't play anything with whimsical cats. Because I don't know if I mentioned it previously, I don't like cats. I know. A shocker, I'm sure, but I don't like them. So, no, I have not played Whiskerwood. I think the clue is in the title, where it's going to be some kind of flipping cats involved in it somewhere, because at some point the internet decided that cats were all it could possibly be. They were wrong, but I lost that vote. Or rather, I was not given the opportunity to vote. Why won't you sit on there? Okay, we had rounded edge that end. Let's try it the other way. Oh, you had it. There you go. Let's see if it'll work now. Negative, Ghost Rider. Negative. Timberborn. There you go. Yeah. Won't play that either. With your whimsical beavers. No. I'm not into it. You are welcome to be into it. I am a jaded, sourpuss, bitter old animal hater. It's a bit strong. All right, okay. I'm not an animal hater. But at the same time, if you watched my Airborne Empire and Airborne Kingdom videos, the first series of Airborne Kingdom, well, the only series I did of Airborne Kingdom, I finished the game. That game was fantastic. You're building a community for mice against the cats. Double the whimsy, double the fun. Brilliant. No. Not going to happen. Not on my watch. Yeah, no, I played Airborne Kingdom, and it was brilliant. Just one of my favourite games of that year, easily. I then played Airborne Empire a couple of years later, and for some reason, all of the people from the first one suddenly became bird people. And that just made me go, no, stop it. No, they're people. Now, I get that some people want to go, oh, I want to build a cutesy... Oh, I'm not interested in playing flipping Pokemon. You can get out. That said, unless I'm making the Pokemon fight each other. But, yeah, no. No, it's millennials. Once they let millennials start making games, cozy games didn't turn up until millennials got involved in game development. Tell me I'm wrong. They're going to paint it all safe grey and serve them a latte. I got no problem with millennials. I just like to play up to the stereotype once in a while, but I still hold them accountable. Yeah, there you go. Worse still, they got rid of Muluab. Flipping loved Muluab. Muluab tied the whole thing together. That and the soundtrack. The soundtrack for that first game was Oh boy, so good. That soundtrack was one of the very few I didn't turn off. Such a good soundtrack. The second one, not as good. The video that I did of it, I used the soundtrack from the first game. Because I went, this soundtrack for the second game is not as good. It's all right, but it's not as good. Airborne Kingdom became Angry Birds. It became Airborne Birds in flying ships. And you kind of go, flying cities, and you kind of go, why? You've got wings. Build yourself a rookery, stay mobile. And it added combat, which it never needed in the first one. Yeah. I mean, I get the need for evolution, but I mean, my message to them was, yeah, go and build another one. Just like this. Different adventure. But change nothing. It's great. Love it. Trying to keep the thing in the air was all important. I'm distracting myself. I'm trying to build more black powder farms down here. Well, you're getting there. You've got some shelves in there. How are you going to tackle it over here? Lower shelves? I mean, getting round the corner above a door frame, you know, is always awkward. You can't route across the back shelf. Right. So going this way is the way. Okay, in which case, let's put the shelves where we can put them. Yeah. I don't want to do a 4-hour stream this evening. I want to do a 2.5, 3-hour stream. 3-hour stream. Okay. All right, there you go. Yeah, I've been at work all day. I got work again tomorrow. You know, like normal people. Can't get any more on there. Yeah, I know that. You use the dangler. Okay, yeah. And we're going that way. Get under it. There you go. Does it need to come down one? No. You sure? Yeah. Long dangler. Okay, right. Dangle it. A bit more flexibility on dangle length would be quite nice as well. Since, you know, if you're here and taking requests, bit more variety of dangle length would be terrific. Right. Because, you know, right now you've got a game that very much appeals to those logistics puzzle solving spreadsheet users, which is fabulous. But I'm an aesthetic building puzzle game rejecter, right? So, you know, I'm the one making things that are whimsical and adorable. You know, imagine it had cats in it. That's what I'm making. All right? I'm building for millennials. All right? I'm not building for your hard-bitten, flipping other generational number crunchers. I'm appealing to a different demographic. One that goes, yeah, whatever. Does it look good? All right, there you go. Come this way. Right, there you go. Okay, we're in business. Might as well slap this in while I'm here. Okay. What's going on here? You've got some kind of plan. All right, then let's some kind of finish it off. Bring it out. In fact, you don't need any of this rubbish. There you go. Right. Okay, right. Now, around the corner. Yeah, okay. Your first game was Spy Hunter on the Commodore 64. Spy Hunter was revolutionary. I didn't have... at the time I was rocking a BBC, but my mate had a Spectrum. Flipping, I was so envious because my dad got me a BBC so I could do something educational on it. Yeah, no, I played on my mate's Spectrum. Spy Hunter was fantastic, and by the time I got it later, after I'd switched to a different setup, I had an Amstrad CPC, which was otherwise known as a Spectrum in a pretty dress. Yeah. But, yeah, no, by which time Spy Hunter was old news. But I never got into, and I swear, if I had got into the likes of Ant Attack, not Ant Attack, Attic Attack, Jet Set Willy, Horace Goes Flipping Skiing, all of that kind of stuff, that I'd probably like platform games. But I never got on with them. And as such, there it was. I mean, the only reason that you want a BBC instead of a Spectrum is Elite. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. If you're going to make out like there's any other reason, you're lying to yourself. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, the BBC was a miraculous piece of kit, but let's face it, having a Spectrum was way better. You started on a ZX81. Well, you see, there you go. Flipping speak and spell keyboard ZX81. Fabulous. I mean, it was rubbish, but at the time, there was some stuff you could play. I think I played Breakout on the ZX81. We had them at school. Yeah, I know. That's how posh a school I went to. I mean, it was a comprehensive, but they had a bit of money. Wilds of Suffolk, don't you know? Few students, so the budget goes a little bit further. And we had half a dozen ZX81s. Yeah. BBC had an amazing Defender. I might have played it, you know. I love Defender. Defender was great. Yeah. And the thing is, I'd never go back and play any of those. I'd never do it. Because I know that in my mind's eye, with the tinted glass of memory, that they're perfect. Absolutely perfect games. Loved every second of it. If I were to go back and play it now, I'd go, man, this is basic. But no, because you feel it, you see, and every subsequent generation has had the same thing. Doesn't matter if you got started with a Sega Mega Drive or a SNES or an Xbox 360, right? Doesn't matter what it was. Those early experiences you'll have really lost yourself in, and you'd have felt every moment. And you'd be right to do so because they were very transportative. And I think even those getting started today, for example, would have a similar experience, and therefore they're not wrong. Right, what do I need? I've got 2 more worth of lozenges. I need wood. Anything else I'm going to run low on? No, I think we might be all right. Yeah, just wood. Okay. You're a bit younger. You had 1 whole IBM at school. There you go. A bit of PC action. No problem with that. I was late to the PC because I had an Amiga, and I read Amiga magazines every month, and without fail, every month it was just like, it's going to be great. Commodore is saying that it's going to be great. There's going to be stuff. It's going to no. Don't leave. So I left later than I should have done because I held out hope that while PC users were all going like, oh yeah, internet and hard disks and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've fitted a hard disk to my Amiga, and how big was it? I think it might have been 1 gigabyte. Which was enormous at the time. No, I don't think it was that big. It might have been. Anyway, whatever. But it's not really relevant, other than like if you were to look at it now, you'd go, oh. It's a very cute little. What am I supposed to store on that? You can't even get a photo on it. Yeah, so I stuck around with an Amiga for longer than I should have done. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Amiga was fantastic when I first got it. But it only really started to creak after PC started picking up pace. So I guess I jumped at the right time. What do you mean I haven't got it? You didn't look at rope. You always need rope. Yeah, okay. Do. Right, rope. There we go. Give me some of those. One more. All right, you went ZX81 to a Dragon 32. That's a weird sidestep. And then the Amstrad. Then to a Spectrum Plus 3. That is a very odd route. Because you're not talking big switch-ups there. To go from the ZX81 to a Dragon 32, yeah, I kind of get it. But the Dragon never really had much going for it. But then to come to an Amstrad, yeah. I mean, that's an aggressive upgrade curve. It's like any time there was any new piece of kit at all, you'd go, this is the one, and get it. Yeah, you've got some superfluous extra bonus systems in there. And then to a 286. Yeah. The only precursor to a ZX80 was a calculator or the watch. Not calculator watch, though. Calculator watch was like 82, 83, something like that. So that, I mean, that was new tech. That was Spectrum era tech. Right, there you go. Okay. I mean, I had a calculator watch. I had a watch that had 64 different bleepy tunes on it. They were all bad. They didn't differentiate between some of the tunes are good, some of them are bad, like ringtones. No, universally bad. More lozenges. Probably more of other stuff as well. We can look along the way. More wood wouldn't do you any harm. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah, steel gears. Okay. Yep, okay. How many more do you need? All right, let's go 3. You sure it's enough? Yeah. Yeah. Calculator watches weren't Sinclair, and therefore they're not Canon. Yeah. Did Clive Sinclair invent the pocket calculator? I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah. What else did you say? Steel ding-dongs. Steel ding-dongs. That would imply you need to build 2 of these, not 1. And therefore you haven't bought enough lozenges. Oh, I haven't bought enough lozenges. Yeah. I mean, we're making a healthy amount of black powder here. You've got a lot of iron parts that you need to disseminate to the world. And that's a problem for a couple of minutes from now. We'll actually start this one here. Are we in? We will be. There. Okay. All right. Then you've got room for one more if you want to do one more shortly. I've no idea if this is going to even remotely work when... What have we got? All right. So my black powder route here is running that way. Which means that this one's running this way. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Still need to figure out how to distribute the black powder, but that's a problem for a minute or so from now. Get your feed lifts on. They call it a feed elevator. Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. And you as well. All right. Next job. I'm going to go and get some more raw materials to get these initially juiced up. Have I not got a door here? No. All right, we'll go through the shop. And then I'm going to hook it up to money. Is this actually solving any problems at all? No, not even remotely. There are no problems being solved by this setup. Except potentially, in case of a rebuild, it would mean that I could have a centralized heat source that could supply 15, 20 individual pads, maybe even more than that. It depends what you're cooking on them. Yeah, probably more than that. But it, again, depends what you didn't bring the iron back with you. Well, I'm sure I'm going to burn through this anyway. All right. You burned through it. No, I haven't. I've still got some limestone left. All right. Well, it's the iron is the toughest one to shift because you don't use it everywhere. It doesn't. It's not iron. You put iron on one of them, and it doesn't use iron. It uses sulfur. It's the same machine. Oh, you've already screwed it up. Oh, good. Well, I mean, we remembered at a judicious point because it won't have started melting yet. Yeah, not you. Thank you. All right. That's sulfur. Hey, look at that. Check that out. Check me and my short-term memory in your collective faces. The kid still got it. Does the kid still want it? That's debatable. All right, yeah, you back in the box. Okay. Wood, though, we'll take that all day. All right. All right, this is doing wonders for clearing some of that out, which is super. Yeah, I'd love to be able to put a pillar underneath there and support it properly, but no. All right, okay. All right, what else? Okay. Anything else? All right. Okay, right. Good. Yeah, you see, I'm one of those rare people that didn't like stuff like Monkey Island as well. Adventure games. Never got on with them. And the reason I don't, I've explained this before, but I'll explain it again. And here I am explaining it again. The reason I don't like them is because you have to play it the way the designer intended. It doesn't reward you for creative thinking in the slightest. Now, obviously, as a young buck, I never bothered to think about, well, why aren't you getting on with this? And instead, it was just like, nah, I don't really enjoy it. So that one that was really good with the Cinco de Mayo character mask, Grim Fandango, that everybody says is brilliant. Nah, it's a point-and-click adventure. Couldn't get into it. Just couldn't do it. Yeah. See how people reminisce about that stuff, and I go, no, I just never liked them. And they go, oh, they're remaking Pirates of whatnot. And I gotta go, yeah, whatever. You do not get to yell at me, son. I've fed you. Now shut it. Yeah. What about Black and White? Loved Black and White. Black and White was the greatest game ever made for 45 minutes. And after you'd played 45 minutes, it ceased to be the greatest game ever made. But for that first 3/4 of an hour, you were just going, this is incredible. This is amazing. And then after 45 minutes, you go, this is boring. Yeah. Jeff, I don't know why you've got sand in your knickers, but pack it in. Right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Black and White 2 was way better than Black and White 1, but it still had flaws. I worked on Black and White 2. Didn't work on Black and White 1 because that was almost entirely Lionhead. But Black and White 2 had some beef coming from EA at the time as well to help it. It was actually emerging, so Lionhead had extra resources from Westwood to help them with Black and White 2. We had some of the guys that went like, oh yeah, I'd love to work on that. So yeah, there was a bit of crossover. Dungeon Master, yeah, totally, 100%. Anyone who doesn't like Dungeon Master has got a screw loose. Yeah, they're wrong. Yeah, I bet they play games where mice are trying to defend themselves from cats or some rubbish. Yeah, they're wrong about everything. Dungeon Master ahead of its time. Yeah. Dungeon Master was ahead of its time. Yes. No, I wasn't that beef. I was just a community manager. I'd moved on from being a simple boy who makes websites, which is how I described myself. They go, do you want to do this? And I go, I'm just a simple boy who makes websites. And that got me a long way. Everybody kind of liked that. They went, he's so self-deprecating. And I went, yeah, sure. If it's not me making a website, I'm really not that bothered. The game you got the most hours in is Skyrim. Can't get on with it. No. Bethesda games. I've spoken about this before as well. I have tried numerous Bethesda games. I dislike them. I keep buying them. I keep disliking them. Fallout 3 and its ilk. I should love it. I don't. I bought Starfield. I played 45 minutes of Starfield and I went, it's just like all the others. Oh, I can't stand this. Oh, man. Yeah. The brainchild of Demis. Yeah, Demis is a very, very smart man. Very smart man. Didn't he also make Republic the Revolution? Or am I thinking of someone else who is an equally smart man? I think he did. Republic the Revolution sounded awesome conceptually, but it just didn't quite work in execution. Dungeon Master or Dungeon Keeper. Good point, Dungeon Keeper. I played Dungeon Master as well. Wasn't that... that was a... Jeff's now playing with the light, which is why the light's changing. Dungeon Master, that was like party of 4, and it was screenshot-esque, rotational, first person. Yeah. Most hours, that's easy. Satisfactory. By a factor of a lot. Yeah. Are you a millionaire in real life? No. No, not even close. I am a long, long way from being a millionaire in real life. A long, long way. Long way from being a millionaire. Yeah. Sadly, no. I was thinking about it the other day. I was going, if you won the lottery next week, what would you change? I'd get some blokes in to get the house done quicker. I'd stay in this place because the fabric of this house, it's already a bigger house than I need. The fabric of it is fine, but it needs a bit of it needs a lot of spit and polish, so I'd get that done quickly. I'd sort the kids out with enough to get them started on a first rung of the ladder. I've got lots of kids, so I wouldn't be able to exactly buy houses for all of them. Just so if just a cheeky million, I'd help them out get started, and I'd stick enough to make up the complete lack of pension that I've got, so that it could invest over time, and then I'd come back and do this. There you go. No real change. A whole bunch of sensible things. Help out the kids. Sort out the house. That's about it. Yeah. I know. That's pretty exciting, huh? Ooh. Oh yeah, radical. You wouldn't buy a flash car? No, you're an idiot. If you buy a flash car, you're an idiot. No. Because the second the flash car, you put the key in the ignition, you shave 50% off the price of it. What are you doing? Okay, right. Next stage. Yeah, you see, instead of getting a pension, I made 3 significant choices. Instead of having I got to do 3 other things instead. The first of which is have loads of children. The second of which was buy a house using a mortgage company who would subsequently go out of business for selling subprime mortgages to people like me, and then had a divorce, and therefore that's what I chose to do instead of having a pension. Now, some of those panned out all right. Some of them I'd probably recommend against. I'm not going to tell you which. You can probably work it out. What are you doing? You can probably work it out for yourself. You're just wandering back and forth aimlessly, you clown. Right. Do something productive. Let's feed the beasts with money. Cool. You'd fix your camper van and go off your... All right, that's a question for the crowd. Buy a 3-year-old flash car. That's not bad. Yeah, all right, you've just won £1 million. What you're spending it on? It could be as tedious as you like. It can be as frivolous as you like. There are no points to be had by being extra frivolous, nor are there points to be had by being extra tedious. This is entirely legitimate what you're spending it on then. You want to have a big blowout party, go for your life. Right, there you go. Question to the people. Yeah. Women aren't attracted to blokes with flash cars. Silly girls are. Well, it depends if you want a silly girl or a woman. There's room for both appetites, I'm sure. There's no rule that says, oh no, I must have a person of substance. Some people want a flibbity-gibbet. And some people want a person who is attracted to a flibbity-gibbet. Yeah. Regrettably, I was married to a woman of significant substance and I can't get enough of it. Yeah. There you are. Right. Get a creative cloud solution. Hey, that's not £1 million. You want an EV camper van? What, like a VW Buzz? An ID Buzz, that's what they call them. Jeff's going for a wander. Jeff, not there, mate. Jeff, seriously, why are you so aggro this evening? What's your problem? He has got his knickers in a twist, and I don't know why. This is not like him. Yeah. A small farm with a tractor and pay the bills off. That would be I mean, it depends what country you're in there, James. But you ain't getting that over here. Well, you might, but it'll be a squeeze. You're not going to get much for that. You'd probably buy every game in your Steam wish list, if you like. A liveaboard barge, quality. If you want a lottery right now, you'd probably buy a van and go and do an aid run to Ukraine. Fair play. Buy some things for the house. Sort out some things for the house. Pay off the mortgage and build a garage. There you go. Take a huge road trip to see the sights in Canada. There are sights in Canada? I mean, there's a couple of moose. One of them possibly being ridden by a Mountie. That's about it, right? And then a fight at a hockey rink and Tim Hortons. Job done. Yeah. You'd buy a Ford LTD. I should know what that is. Limited. Oh, yeah, okay. For your partner. Buy a house so you can move out of your current housing association house. Good choice. You have Crystal's got decision anxiety. Crystal, just dive in. Dive in. This is no pressure, hypothesis only. You want to buy a big train set? Do it. Just do it. And a scout hut to keep it in. Perfect. No one's gonna. You're not being asked to follow through on it. You're allowed to change your mind when it inevitably happens. Yeah. Am I still married now? Are you not up to speed, Mr. Nah? No, I'm a widower. Yeah. No, I had the love of my life, and she went and got cancer. And it's deeply disappointing. Yeah, no. So, yeah, no. It's okay. I don't mind people asking. It does make me a bit sad. But it was 4 years ago. And therefore, it's not like an open wound that is actively, trying to destroy the very fabric of my being, although it has a crack on occasion. But I'm fine. And I don't. No. You look. You didn't know, and many of the other folk here do know. So that's all right. Don't worry. I had it so good. But the light that burns twice as bright flipping runs out of batteries. And therefore, you know, pack more batteries next time. How are you going to do this? I think the neatest way to do this, I'm not changing the topic. I mean, I'm happy to talk about it. If you want to know, if you want to know what I have learned as a result of this this experience, then I'm happy to talk about it. But I'm trying to stay on topic because I'd like to be out of here before midnight, and that means mission accomplished. What else we got? There's 100,000 miles of kilometres of highway through nowhere in Canada. You see, I have a similar one, which is I quite fancy doing the straight across the middle of the outback because, and I know how little there is there, because it gives you time to simply forget everything else. You've got so much, your brain processed absolutely everything, and then there's nothing and just forwards, and you can't do it particularly quickly, and therefore one may very well discover oneself in some fashion or not. But that always kind of appealed. It doesn't anymore. You know, there's a romantic sense of adventure in there to some degree. Of like, oh yeah, I really fancy, you know, just oblivion. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, good. Right, there we are. You would buy your wife the cafe/Greek import shop that she wants. That's a heady combination. I like it. I'm not entirely sure how that would work, but great. That's a good one. You're welcome to share cancer stories, incidentally, but I won't be repeating them out on camera, but feel free to share between yourselves. Okay? We're not doing... I may at some point do a cancer stream. This isn't the one. Not today. Yeah. Nah, I'm not there. That's not... I'd need to be, you know... I'd have the fortitude, and I'd have some kind of donation link set up and all that kind of caper. But we're not doing that today. Ooh. There's a reason I don't do charity streams, typically. I give to charity, and I give quite regularly. Don't make a fuss about it, but I do it anyway. But I don't do charity streams because, and I'm just being weird, they give me the ick. Observing them gives me the ick, and therefore doing them also makes me feel a little bit... It's like telethons. TV telethons. I'm just... They give me the ick. I don't have a proper justification for it, and I know that being given the ick is, you know, not necessarily the best descriptor, but there it is. Okay. England spoilers in the chat if you want them, if you care. All right. Given the time, I imagine the game has probably finished. I believe kickoff. Oh no! Why do you know when kickoff was? Why is that silver belt not feeding? It should be. You're not sending it to the same twanger hole. No, it's got its own twanger destination. Yeah. All right, why are you not feeding? You set the belt up correctly. Yeah, eventually. I didn't originally, but I did eventually. No, not that. Try it once more. And if it doesn't feed, I reckon you haven't set the belt up correctly. Do one more, see if it does it. There's not as much silver coming through here as one might hope. Yes, you've not got it set up properly at the other end. Okay, let's go have a look. yeah, there's not a lot of money coming through there, but there will be some. All right, is the problem here? No. Is the problem here? No. That should work. New kit, build a fresh one, put it in. Huh. Okay, don't know why that's not working. It certainly should do. Interesting. You'd splash out on a red phone box and a post box for the garden. I'd sponsor a red post box, a red phone box, but a proper, I'd reintroduce like a proper public phone box. But you know, I'd pay towards a little bit of that. I don't know if you do actually. I think it inherits. I'm pretty sure I've done that before, and I'm fairly certain that removing the target doesn't stop it working. It's like it's looking every tick, but I'll try again anyway. Oh no, okay, well there you go. Yeah. It's all right. Well, we're not on death chat anymore. We've moved on. It's all good. Your wife wants a red phone box as a fish tank. As a fish tank. So what? You'd lie it on its side, or it'd be a super deep one like an escapologist fish tank? I mean, you can go that way. No rules, no shame. It's more a case of, well, I'm not entirely sure how that would work practically. Right, okay, let's motor. I'm going to stop talking as much and start building more. Right, we'll go round the outside. So this is going to be a black powder belt coming round the outside. All right, let's go. Now, the aim here is going to be have as many steam boilers as possible. Why? Because black powder lasts for ages if you're not hammering it. So if you're not absolutely rinsing the black powder that's going into it because your pads are all up to temperature or whatever the reason, then that black powder is going to last for ages. And so it means that once you've got it's much like getting those pads up to heat in the first place. Once you've done it, there's way less to bother yourself about. But I'm going to start with something basic like that. One more? No, I want the space at the end. Okay, you definitely haven't got the resources to build all of these. Yeah, but I'll build a few of them, and then that'll be a start. Okay, here we go. All right, I need iron bars. Well, that's spooky. Yeah, and you need some steel bars as well. Probably not as many steel bars, but you might as well get a full stack. You'd pay me £1 million to play this until every resource was in the shop. You wouldn't know, would you? That would be a very foolish thing to do. And I would tell you it was a very foolish thing to do. And then I'd record an episode of this every day until every resource was in the shop. Because I'm not an idiot. Where am I storing spare steel ingots? No, iron ingots. I melt a lot of them down these days. Okay. Doesn't answer the question, though, does it? There's iron sand. This is where I'm making iron to keep my iron sand topped up. No, it's rattling through. Look, that's not storing anywhere. Or if it is, it's pretty much empty. All right, let's try upstairs. What do you do? There might. I know where there might be some. Right. Hello. Right. Good. 400, you sure? All right. I'll take some nails as well. It's not like I never use them. There you go. All right. Yeehaw! Right. And straight off the edge. Oh, it's like Assassin's Creed, only better. Okay. Oh, I didn't see the flipping phone box answer. Oh, well. Use your imagination. All right. I've done that now. Okay. There we go. There we go. Right. Yeah. Good. Cool. Yeah. Stupid. Oh, yeah. Right. Now, which way's the black powder going? I mean, the smart money is on do another box stack right next door to the one you've got. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. What's up, Jeff? You're in a funny mood. The cat is in a funny mood. And that, of course, was one of my key phrases while I was a Soviet agent. Now, you could, we could feed up onto the back row of the shelf and head up this way. I'd need another dangler there, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. No, ugly but doable. Okay. All right, we have found a solution that is ugly but doable. Is that the solution we want? You're only coming as far as here. You need one that goes up and one that comes down. You're going to suggest twangers. Everyone suggests twangers. Is Jeff still about? For the elimination of doubt, it's JEFF. And he's right here. He's flopped on the desk because he's in a funny mood. Usually at this time of the evening, he's upstairs asleep on the landing. But this evening, he's decided to be Johnny Aggro, and he's pushing me out of the way. How are you going to do this? Well, look, no. I thought we'd made some potionery there, but we haven't. Day 650, everybody. Don't know. How would you... What I wouldn't give for a better means of transport between floors. You've griped about that enough already, man. Just crack on. You're turning a big profit every day. Ray's got to go because it's silly o'clock. Thanks, Ray, for swinging by. Catch you again soon, I hope. Can we just zip down the outside onto the patio? Maybe. Let's have a look. How did I miss it? I don't know. I got a bit carried away and went too far. Right. So here's the patio. There's a window. There's an entry-o. Surely we could just... Look, here's a pillar. You could mask quite well there. I mean, this... Don't know how you're going to get it up from downstairs, but from here... Surely this is straightforward. Would you want it there? I think you'd want it here. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be challenging. Yeah. What's this for? Style. Oh, it's to fill in the gap because this thing doesn't fit properly. Right you are. Okay, glad we asked. But, I mean, you can make it look like it fits better. All right, okay. Let's run with this and make it... I'll tell you what, right, okay, given the time that it is, let's get it running. Okay, better can... Oh, you git. Okay, so much for that then. Let's get it running. Why are you still being a git? All right, that's not it either. Okay, let's get it running. All right, yeah, that's out. Just go straight up the outside. We'll measure it from up there. That way we'll get it in the right place. You need to do something about that gaping maw you've got there. Hello. Right, yeah, I see you. Right, okay. One further up, one further up. Not necessary. Okay, this is version 1. Version 1. All right, we won't worry about downstairs. Let's get this floor running, and then we'll worry about downstairs. All right. Run before you can walk, before you can run, before you can everything. All right, which way are we going to do this then? All right, let's do that first. Also, we're going to empty the bank box. That's the bank box of big bucks. We'll empty that and feed it into... what now? Huh. How have I done that on the other one? I think you've just belted across. Surely. I think you've just done that. Do you want to go and check? Because that might not be a black powder belt. That could be flipping anything. No, it's a black powder belt. It goes past the entry hole for the furnace. I'm sure it does. We're going to go and check. Because I'm about to do it multiple times, and therefore we want to make sure we've kind of got that right. Next floor up, next floor up. Okay, right. So you get, there's that, right? So this is one black powder machine combo. And then I have done it here. You've got extra spacing here. Oh, I've put two. I've put. Oh, wow, how luxurious of me. Luxuriant. I've left a gap of 2 in between each machine. Huh, juicy. How much? Yeah. No, I've got black powder on me, so we can start everything up. Okay, then we're using ugly flipping toppers. And look at that. It does look kind of cool. Right. So, what were you saying? Well, you've got to hook up onto there. So your choices are, we can now do that. Ooh. Which would mean you don't need that one. Oh, steady on. Okay, we could do that. Well, do that then. Don't like it. Yeah, I know, but it's going to serve the flipping function. Alright, and then do this one. Yeah, okay. And then do this one. Yeah, that was very much a check it before you wreck it. Bounce pad would be nice to get to the balcony. Don't agree with them. Yep, it's dumb, but it's true. Nope, I don't approve of them on a religious basis. What do you even mean? All right, I'm going to say it, but you're going to go, well, all right. I think it's stupid, and I think it's far-fetched in this land of whimsical alchemy. I do not hold that it is plausible. All right, so, there. All right, there you go. That's where, not here, there. All right. And then we're going to double deck it. Okay. And the ones the other side, we're going to do the same thing in reverse. They're going to meet up at the elevator here. Okay. Which is no longer at the correct height. That's okay. We're not going to take it out. I'll put another elevator in there, and then it's good. And yet, here's the thing. I do like the bounce pad in Satisfactory because I believe it fits with the scenario. So I'm woefully inconsistent. I've obviously configured that wrong. Right, in at the top. Yeah, that's what I've got. Okay. Well, it's happy this time. All right, there we go. And down the chutes. All right, yeah. Okay. Do you want to hook this one up as well? We are going to hook this one up as well. This one might not work as well. Oh well. Chances are it will work a bit. Equally, chances are it won't work at all. You should have you should have cached the belts in already in order to start pre-seeding stuff with all the materials they need. Shoulda, coulda, didn't. All right. And then a 3 here and there. It's ugly. Yeah, I know, but I mean, this is a temporary accommodation to do a functionality test. There is always, especially since we're not going to be using the steam that comes out of the thing anyway. And then, if it looks good, then I can worry about practical applications. The part of the reason that I need to uninstall this flipping thing is because my next move is to rebuild the entire chuffing factory. Even the good bits. Even all of those belts on the ground floor that feed the shop. Yep, rebuilding them as well. I will have significant regret. Why don't you just start again? Because then you've got to do the research again. I've got materials, I've got resources, I've got everything to get this done. I just need to knock it all down and put it back together again. Liam's chucked £6 in. From the past in the stream, but often attaching a debugger makes the bug disappear. Yes. Thank you, Liam. Yeah, no, I know what you're driving at. Wow, you unpaused at a peculiar moment there. Either that or you had a bee in your bonnet about, I want to comment on that, but now I'm not quite ready yet. However, yes. The second you try and trap a bug, it kind of goes, good luck. Right. Okay, good. I think we're good to go. This is all good to go. Yeah. All right. The conveyor downstairs, we've got a lift down to here that is now configurated. How? Straight up there, straight down the back. All right. Well, let's set the back up. Right. It's a one of those, a one of these, and again, this is an ugly format. No, you've got it wrong. Wrong flip. Okay. Flip. But there. All right. Be that thing. Thank you. F that. And then click it. Yeah, we're clicking. How's the rope situation? Rope is adequate. Good. Yeah. I know, I could have done it all on elevated ding-dongs, but that's not how I'll end up doing it. So you could have just done it direct lift into the coal hopper. Yeah, but I want to be able to see how much I've got queued up to go in. An idea that I had that I didn't do, that I thought that's a really nice idea, which I would follow through on if I was building this properly, would be either on this floor or the one below, have a belt emerge somewhere, there for example. That's not where I'd put it. That is very visible to me as the player from outside the building. Because by looking at the belt, and it would be a black powder belt, and by looking at it, you'd be able to tell whether the system is running at capacity or not capacity or whatever. Right? And so basically it's a means of checking everything's running okay without having to come inside and wade upstairs and poke bits of machinery. If this is stuffed with black powder, everything's working great, is the idea. It's like, it's basically a telltale outside the building somewhere that I could just look at. Starting in a new location is a good idea, but I'd leave the old location running. So while I was building up the new one, I'd leave the old one going. So I wouldn't touch the shop. The shop can continue running. and would just get the fundamentals built up elsewhere, and then at some point transition. That's a sensible way of doing things, and frankly, that's a sensible way of doing things. Except I probably wouldn't do it that way, because what you'll end up with is an absolute stack load of leftover resources. Like millions of leftover resources. Mispronunciation intentional. Yeah. Right? Just so many. I mean, just something like screws, you will have tens of thousands. Because you'll be tearing up floorboards at some point. And therefore, it's better to use it all up. Wrong way. In the process of your rebuild. Now, I realise that we have gone from building relatively organised into building pretty ugly. Is that working? Yeah. But, you know, as mentioned, time is now upon us. Okay, so we've got black powder machines hooked up, and they will feed black powder into the boiler system. Did you just see coins being cannoned into 2 buckets? You did. Both of these are receivers. Boop, 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 boop. Because my cannons are a little bit slower than my max belt speed, it means that I can load up. Oh, actually, I know I've got a split belt going into the cannons, so it's always going to divvy them up. So both will be in use. Cool. Unnecessary, but cool. Right, so now I need to just seed my money belt with sufficient to... I got a bit lost there going, how do I get out? To get us started. Right. Yep. Where are you going? Money box. Okay. I wonder how much is in the money box. A decent amount, I would have thought. 1,200 gold. Okay. Well, give me... Yeah, 150 odd will do the trick. And then we'll hook up... Have I got the resources necessary to build a couple of bank boxes? You need lozenges. But other than that, yes. All right. Hoo-yah! Jumping out the window. You know what else I quite like about this? That jumping out of the window feels like I mean, it's an idiotic thing to do, but it's plausible. It wouldn't necessarily kill you. It might have a good go at it, but you'd probably be all right. You sure you only want 2? Yeah. 2 will be enough. That's an ugly wall. The floor above kind of works, but this blank wall here, I'd love to do something with that. It needs dangling banners and flags and all of that kind of, and exterior plant pots that you can hang on the wall and that kind of thing. You know? No, don't do it here. Why would you build it in there where you've got 2 cannons set up to fire money over the flipping road? You could sit under a silvery rainbow. I'm not sure if that's a euphemism in some cultures, but I feel pretty confident we're okay. Right, what do you want to do here? Let's knock out this belt. Right, nothing wrong with the belt, but we're doing something temporary and backfilly. Right, now, give me that. Converting into silvers. 2 of. You might have some sulfur in your main whatnot. I might have some sulfur in the main whatnot, you're right. All right, and then a bit of that. Yeah, and a bit of this. Super. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You sure? Yeah, it's fine. And then give me an 8. Yeah, that's it. Black that in there. You come out that way. You come in this way. You come round that way. Yeah. Did I say 2? 2. Okay, I'm not going to load it yet. I want to, because getting rid of sulfur's a right flaming mission. So I do want to make sure I've got all the sulfur out of the big box downstairs. Before doing any more. The new design that I've got for the downstairs shop. Oh, the spectacle. Holy moly. The spectacle that will generate is something else. The amount of coinage that you will be able to... The amount of products that will be pinging from one side to the other. Huge. Yeah. But obviously we're not doing that. No, I'm uninstalling the game. Yeah. Huge uninstalling the game. Right. Did they see there's a pyrite in there already? Let's put one in here. Boop. That's all she wrote. Okay, right. Go and juice up your cannon load with gold. Not today. There we go. Right. See, the other thing that I'd do is I would evaluate desired path that I use and make sure that I've put proper paths in there. You see how many times I jump over that garden in order to get to the stairs. I designed with that in mind. There are a few things that's the problem with ending up with an evolved build. There you go. That's 150 gold. Don't spend it all at once. All right, open fire. There we go. All right, let's see from downstairs. Oh yeah, that means business. All right. Yeah, that's going to keep them occupied for a minute. Ooh. Right, okay, and then we'll go upstairs and watch it all being received. Can't say I don't treat you when it comes to watching money being fired through the air with gay abandon. Oh, hold on. Looks like number 2. You can't be out of ammo. What happened there? Oh, I think you had external coins come in and disrupt the flow. How dare they disrupt my flow? Yeah. Why? I've got some now. Well, that shouldn't be the case. I put a whole bunch of money in there. They might have burned through the money already, to be fair. Whee! That's... Yeah, I know. Homeless people in the street watching the money flying over their heads will be like, flipping billionaires. Screw those guys. Right, now, how is the percolation up here? Have we got... Oh, yeah, no, but we percolate, therefore we be. Super. Yep. Lots of skinny stacks of coin. What I want to make sure is that I've got all these machines with backup coin stackery, and then we can... The only thing I have to fire up is, theoretically, this one. Why is there nothing in there? I don't know what that's supposed to make. It's probably waiting for clay or some rubbish. No, it's coming this way, look. It's waiting for your furnaces to be switched on. Okay. Why is that not connected to anything? Because I screwed up. I think that's a mistake from the original build that you never corrected. All right, okay, that's going to be on all of them. I need to find out what that connects to. Hello, and what do you do? Well, I provide something fundamental. If you don't plug me in, it won't work. Righto. Okay, thanks for playing. Better not be a lift. All right, it's here. Really? It's just a grinder onto another... No, you're looking at the wrong thing. Oh, it's over here. It's just a grinder. It's, it's just a belt across to this thing here. It's odd that I'd missed that. It won't be the only thing. I bet there's something else. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, this is all good timing to give the setup the opportunity to permeate and hook up. Are you sure? Yeah, look, there it is. You know why? It's deliberate. It's not accidental. It's deliberate. I left space so that, no, that's in by default. It's accidental. You missed it. Oh, I should be ashamed. Yeah, you should. Okay, that one doesn't need it. No. This one does need it. Yes. That one, yeah. This one, yeah. Okay. Do you want to switch on? Nope. Not until I've finished this. I don't think it's going to be necessary, but at the same time, we do it right or we don't do it. Also, I'd rebuild this with overflow built in as well. The likelihood of overflow both of sulfur and of charcoal is pretty strong, which is not ideal. You haven't got any disposal for iron ingots. Oh, I could just shove them in a box just to prove that it works. Okay. Do you want to do downstairs so you don't forget? I'm uninstalling the game. Yes. We're not even going to fire downstairs up because it's not hooked up properly. But at the same time, I don't want it not done properly. Say properly again, I dare you. Properly. Wrong way. Okay. There. That, you, here. Yes. Super. Okay, we're ready to go. Are we? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Now, as mentioned, we only have to fire up the boiler on one machine. Which one? The one the wood goes into. I'm not sure the wood goes into any of these. You only need to fire up one machine, which is, I'm pretty sure, correct. Where does the wood go, Father? It goes through these grinders. After being heated, it's making charcoal. Okay. And the charcoal comes around here. None of these run on black powder. I think you need to independently fire up the first two machines, maybe. No, because look, this pipe. Where does the charcoal get made? There. Where does it go after that? Here. And then it goes into there. Why don't you put some charcoal in it and see what happens? Hey, that's the spirit. It's either going to be one machine or two machines. It might be both of them. We'll stick 3 in this one, which will keep it going for a while. Okay, there you go. That's the quick climb. Yeah. We're juicing. Okay, juicing is occurring. Yeah. Yep. Okay, you're now loading up with that. We are, yeah, no, okay, we need to switch, we need to power Team 2. Okay. Team 2 is powered. Stuff is occurring. Yeah. Here we go. Well, there's the iron ingots. Yep. T. Just live in there, would you? Right, stay out of my face. Okay, and what we're looking for is transport across this covered belt here, which is going to happen pretty soon. Although right now it's filling up that first bunker. There you go, there goes one. All right, that'll go into the second bunker. Yep. That'll go into the first bunker again. Takes a little while, but this will fill all of them. On this side, you haven't got a transfer belt between the two. You could probably make that happen, you know. Oh, no, I've got it hooked up on there. All right, well, let's get you manually fired as well then. There you go. And there you go. Okay, how far have we got? Well, you'll be able to tell by looking at what's on fire currently. Right, okay, the third furnace is lit. The fourth furnace is lit. Yes, bub. We're looking for the... Hold on. There you go. You've got to get another iron catcher. Right. Iron catcher. Let's hook up iron catchers. Oh, crikey, you got started early. Crumbs. Oh, no, you did manually light it. Oh, yeah, all right, fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. There it is. That one's now lit as well. Super. Yeah, yeah. I love these machines. The other thing that this game is missing at the moment is a little bit more Foley for individual machines. These should make some kind of not excessive and gentle slurping noise. Don't you think? And the whirry cog should make a slight whirry cog type of noise. There you go, we're rolling over here as well. Nice. How many ingots have we got in there? Only 70. All right, so we are self-supplying at present, but we are not yet at the point of having a backlog. We will reach a backlog, though. It will happen. And then it will start slinging them down to the floor below, and we'll start heating up those steam engines. I'm going to run a pipe. Once it starts doing that, I'm going to run a pipe, and I'll just hook up a dozen heat pads once we've got the circulation of black powder, which if we haven't had one go past yet, which it doesn't look like we had, we should get one anytime soon. And there she blows. That's our first black powder on its way to a better place. It's going to be set fire to. Here comes another one. Yeah. Production increases as time goes on, because what's happening right now, in case you didn't know, I know most of you probably do, but in case you didn't know, what's happening right now is we are backfilling all of these furnaces with keep it topped up black powder. And once that happens, then they'll all start popping up on the belts. And as you can see, we've already got a sizable production increase coming through. Okay. And we've got production coming from the other side as well. Okay. All right, it's happening. There's a lot of money being fired from over there. That's more than I'd expect from just shop income. Good times. Right, okay. Are we down in time to catch the first one? It looks like we are. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm a narrative wizard. Here we go. Here it is. Here we go. You're not lit. It's already lit. Oh, shame. Yeah, no, you've already done the first one. Okay. There you go. Second one is on fire. This one is obviously... Have you got fuel? No. It's burning that first chunk of fuel. Now, because these don't balance, it's going to wait till it's filled one before it starts filling the rest as well. But while that is occurring, how do you want to do this? Oh, don't know. I want to do it well. Okay, well, let's go vertical and let's go up by one. I'm sure there is going to be a need to where, you could just go, thank you, right. Let's get this one in first. Stay up, right. That's the stuff. There we are. Right, okay, so this, because I don't believe, someone tell me if I'm wrong, I don't believe there is a maximum steam capacity in a pipe. There is a maximum steam capacity in a pipe. But is there a speed limit on that capacity? So let's say that a pipe can handle 10,000 within its however, let's say it does 10,000 of what? Yeah. How quickly can it... Yeah, exactly, system capacity. There's no throughput as such. But presumably if I'm consuming it over here, I mean, part of the reason that pipes are quite nice in this game is they don't make any sense. They don't follow any logical kind of pattern in terms of capacity, throughput, direction of flow, any of that annoying satisfactory stuff that makes pipes an absolute pain in the bum to work with, even if they do look really good when they work well. I'm going to use up all my resources and then we'll call that enough for heat pads. Yeah, and then I'm going to connect all these to each other, and then I'll connect all of them to the steam hub at one time. Now, obviously, I'm only running low steam at the moment. Oh, for crying out loud. You're not helping me with my aim, Jeffrey. But that's okay. I got this. Yeah. Because, I mean, I could probably achieve just about everything I need to by just running a couple of these at max steam. There you go. That's fully juiced up. Lovely. Yeah. Look at this. I know, that's pretty cool, huh? Build a soup kitchen. No, put a cauldron on all of them and then feed each cauldron iron ingots and wait until something useful happens. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, because that would be 100% consumption usage. I reckon you could probably get something good out of the other end. Yeah, but all it would cost you is however much money it is requiring for you to keep this thing fired up. And that number is not going to be the lowest number you've heard today. Okay, they're all synced. I am going to seal up this end. Also, I think my idea about if you've got a loose connection in your steam pipe network, you've got a loose end, whether that's coming out of a pad or out of a pipe or whatever, that it will bellow steam out the top of it. Have I got leftover wood planks? I might have. I know we make them upstairs. I don't know if we'll have any left over because they're being turned into charcoal. Sometimes you back up on charcoal. Sometimes you back up on sulfur. So with a filter in place, priority type filter, you could probably make a case for doing that. Right, have you got? Yep. Okay. Have you got? Oh yeah. And you? Yeah. You've only got one note. Yeah, but it'll be filling up quite quickly because look, these have all got their natural capacity. We are now pumping out black powder relatively quickly. Look at the toasty fires. Okay, when you would do this normally, if you're going to do it properly, flip those around the other way. You want to look at all the toasty fires. All right. There you go. Full load. So we've got queuing occurring already. Okay, I'd probably tune all of these to be medium as well, but let's see how it does with however many heating pads that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24 of them. That's a good number. It's not bad. It doesn't feel particularly aggressive. Oh, for crying out loud. Not while I'm working. Look, you've made me build ugly. I was doing a perfectly good job of building really, really beautifully. Yeah, right. Try it again. Yeah, just get up to about there and then change the angle. The pipe building system is good and at the same time bad. It is both those things at once. When it complies first time, it's good. When you have to fight it a little bit, it's less good, but it still works. Here we go, we're lighting. Well, these are warm. All right, you've gained 13,000 steam in a fraction of a second, that steam number is still going up. So we are evidently producing more than we are melting here. Are they going evenly? All right, well, that's 19, 20. Yep, they're balanced. Nice. That's cute. Now, you need to wait for these to be fully steamed, but they'll be there immediately. All right, how many cauldrons can I make? Well, we're not going to do those ones. We will do these. 2. It's not really enough for a successful test. Go and get some more ingots. Okay, and then we're gonna conduct a test. We're gonna crank up the power a little bit. We're gonna feed just iron ingots into the first one and see what happens. Let her ride is what we'll do. That's a whole lot of turquoise. Sure is. What are we doing here? Hold on. I had a purpose. Oh, we're the wrong floor. Should be here. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Right. Fire me out of the cannon. Guess not. Hoop. Yeah. We there? Yeah. No. Right. Here we go. All right. Okay. Exits right. Yeah. This is even less efficient than that first one that I made that consumed so much coal. It caused me to go, I'm going to lose all my money. Right. And then over here, you see, this is the point where I'd put an edit in a video and go, I'm going to let this run for 15 minutes and we'll see what happens. But I don't have that luxury here. You have to watch it in real time. Flip it. Can you create infinite heat by looping steam pads and steam engines? Nah, because you lose a little bit in the transfer. No, I'm certain of it. They will have patched what is effectively cold fusion already. How are you going to hook those together? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to hook those together. Oh, I'm going to have to do this. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. That's not so bad. B, please. Thank you. Let's get to work. All right. Okay. This is going to take a little while to get through all of these. Yeah. I might switch to AFK mode and just leave it running for 10 minutes, go and get a drink, and then come back and see where it gets to. But I will allow you to watch the progress while that's happening. I'm not gonna leave you out of it because I'm as interested as you possibly aren't to find out what happens. Right, how many do you want? One ought to do it. Okay, there you go. All right, we're good. Into here, we shove these. Okay, right. All right, so what's going to happen? It's going to melt it into there. And it's going to melt that into here. It's going to melt that into here. Now, it needs all 3 to be full before it makes anything new. The question becomes, what's it going to make? Now, obviously, if you've got the wiki in front of you, you can probably work it out. But for me, it's going to be a massive, luxurious surprise. And that's nice. It might take 2 hours to get to that point, in which case we'll never know. But there it is. Right, here we go. Yeah, fill her up. How are we getting on? Well, you've got to put, I'll tell you what, let's cheat you getting started. There you go, we get clay. Great. Okay. So that's going to be 3 stacks of clay. Yes. All right. Well, we could cheat again. Let's cheat again, like we did last summer. Exactly that way, yes. All right, okay. No, Jeff, you could, look, you're allowed to watch the screen, but you're not allowed to lie on my hand watching it upside down. That's impractical and doesn't work for me. There we go. We're getting Coke. Haven't got any on me. All right. It's a solution for clay faff. It's an expensive solution for clay faff. All right. Okay. So that's now going to be supplying me with clay ad infinitum. All right. And this is going to supply coke ad infinitum. Coke is fairly useful. Can you feed in the cauldron belt from across the street? No, not without using cannons. And you're like, I'm not seeing a problem. What I might go and do, though, is I might go and see if I've got any stacks of what we've already made. Because I want to know what is going to go all of one material. So actually, the silver cauldron here would be pretty useful. Because it only takes 2 stacks. What have you got? Nout. You. Nothing I want. You. No. You. Nothing on the hot list. Over here. So there's a surprise. Iron ingots. Okay, what's going on over here? I don't know, but it's an ingot fest. Okay, and this one? I want coke. Tough. All right. Yeah, no, you haven't got any. How have I not got any? Gold dust. That's it's not helpful. Sit down. Right. Look down. There you go. Right. Just stay there or clear off. Either is acceptable to me. Right. I think I've got some clay here. No, you're using it all. Oh. Yeah, because clay produces so ridiculously slowly. Now, I mean, I could fix the balance here, but that would require an additional starter machine. You just kind of go 3 starter machines to make clay, you're off your rocker. There is no way that is a sensible use of time investment. Yeah, and then the second it arrives over here, it gets mulched. In fact, I believe, no, it's been mulched already. All right, okay, so I don't have any leftover clay. Don't think so. The good news is, of course, while I'm on the hunt here, everything is continuing over the road. Downstairs again. Okay. There might be some in my leftovers box. Blimey, I've almost emptied the leftovers box. No more leftovers box. No more Mr. Book. No more Mr. Book. Poor Mr. Book. It's not Mr. Book, it's Mr. Quick. That's right. Mr. Quick. No more Mr. Quick. Poor Mr. Quick. There you go. You should know the movie. I may have misnamed it. Pretty sure it's Mr. Quick anyway. Coke, not clay. No, clay is level 2. Tier 2 is clay. And I hadn't... Shoving some more in there would be beneficial. What are you making here? Bricks. Well then, presumably, something here has got a bunch of clay in it. 2. Great. Have we not got any inline storage? No. No, this is heavy industry, mate. We don't do inline storage. Would be kind of useful if you did, though. No. Okay. Good. Oh, excuse me. It's been a member for 88 long months. Blimey. Yeah. 2 overweight people. They have, because you've got to be PC in 2026. It's not PC, it's just being nicer. You don't have to be not nice. That's all. Anyway, crikey. Yeah. And also, if you are fat, you're allowed to call people fat. I have decreed. Takes one to know one is an acceptable defence. Probably isn't. Why are you not refilling quite quickly enough? I don't know, but this is certainly banging through to... no. See, look, we've got a clay hole. All right, I'll give that a clay top up. How are we going on this stuff? You've got 40 odd. All right, that now makes coal. Okay, What does coal make? One moment. Makes salt. No, can't do nothing for you, man. Let's wait until we get 3. Okay. And that makes... Hold on. Yeast powder. Okay, all right, yeah. I mean, we're definitely moving up the trumpet here. I must have some salt somewhere. I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, here you go. You could probably brew up a bit of this. There you go. Get that rolling. How are you doing? It's all good. Split that. Split it. There you go. Keep that hustling. Right. How are you going? Yeah. There we go. Right. More salt and some more. Good. Okay. And then here we go. Salt into yeast powder as previously established. Yeast powder. Have I got 3? No. Have I got any on me? No. I must know. Hello, Freddie-O. Nice to see you. No, it's Freddie Olsen, you see, not Freddie-O. I like Freddie-O. I think Freddie-O's got a little bit of get up and go on a sunny Thursday morning. It's probably sunny. It's Australia. It's always sunny in Australia. Apart from when it's on fire and flooding. That's not a cheerful thing to say. I know the Australians do get a bit of a bum steer when it comes to like, how'd you like some erratic? Is it life-threatening? We are Australians after all, Cobber. No, it really is life-threatening. Great, bring it on. Same goes for Creepy Crawl. Right, we've got enough yeast powder. Stop upsetting the Australian. All right, we've got turquoise. We've got turquoise. I've got loads of turquoise. We can find out what that does. Okay. Obviously, this is not the purpose of the belt. I'm finishing off with what we in the trade like to call just a bit of an experiment. I'll take all of it. All right. Badoink. All right. Yeah. The whole point of this is that you don't need any additional heat source setting up on the other side unless you're intending to make charcoal or coke because it's part of a recipe. What are you doing? You're charcoal or coke, right? You? Not a clue. That was probably salt. That's yeast. And here we go with turquoise. Right. And what do we want? Impure copper powder. That feels like we're going backwards, but okay. Well, doing 3 of those is surely going to get us pure copper powder. Nope, sulfur. Well, that's a choice. Yep, okay. That's 3 of them. Yep. And this gets me sulfur. I've been Colonel Failure. Thanks very much for tuning in. This was fun. I wanted to experiment and find out this and build something that was halfway something. And I think I've done that. And we've got a belt shoved absolutely ram full of black powder, which means you could generate a lot out of that. Yeah. That recipe's broken, children. You shouldn't feed 3 of something into a thing and get 1 back out again because you go, but where did the rest of it go? We just don't know. Anyway, that's me done on the Alchemy Factory. It's been very, very good. I will see if I can export the save and stick it somewhere for Fail Brigade people, just in case you want to muck about with it. You have my blessing to muck to your heart's content. I will be back when? Saturday. I'll be back on Saturday for a bit of farming. The new series will start on Monday, so you can look forward to that. You now get a little moment to palate cleanse. Have a breather. Think about other things that might be going on in your life. Kamak has been a member of the Fail Brigade for 17 long months. Australia's amazing. I know. No. I'm a fan. There are very few countries that I am not a fan of the denizens that you ever heard of. That's not a rage quit, you fool. That's a natural punchline. The natural punchline is just, all right, well, that chain goes no further. Yeah. No, there you go. Go watch the series. If you watch the series, you'll understand why we've reached the point that we've reached. There you go. Right. What's the new number I'm going for on Saturday? 53. I'm going to be 53 on Saturday. So very old. Yeah. Right. Crack on. I'll catch you all later. Cheerio.